Episode 200.
Tales from the Flipside. From the Flipside.
So depending how crazy it gets tonight, this could be a long one, folks. Could be a short one. We don't know. I haven't shared out the link yet, but we do have a full house. We're gonna have some OGs in the house. We got the OGs in the house, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Reagan is back on the show.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
How you guys doing?
One of the founding fathers.
I'm very honored that you guys invited me back for the 200th episode.
Well, dude, other than the fact that you saved my ass in Baltimore, like completely, we kind of had to, bro.
Yeah, right.
So
hey, man, you gotta help a fellow pothead out.
Yeah, a friend in need is a friend in need, right? So shout out to everybody that's here live waiting for us. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys. Look at this. I think we got a special guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh.
Hey.
Hell.
OG.
What's going on? Are we live?
We're live.
We got Mel V in the house.
I had to come on right quick, give you a super duper congratulations for your success and everything y'all have been doing for the community. Like I said on Fridays, like I never expect you guys to be taking over the comic world. You know what I mean? I want to give all you guys super props, and you guys continue to entertain us, inform us, and do your thing. You know what I mean?
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you,
brother.
More
You're
than
the
you
man.
know. So,
where everybody else at? The other special guest.
We only fit 9 at a time, my man.
Number one.
There's more coming. Good. I can hang out for a little while. What we talking about? What's up with this Battle Chasers joint, man?
Oh man, it's getting it's Joey Mad's getting back. He's coming back. First of all, let me do this shout out to hey, look at that. Paul W dropping a $5 super chat. Paul is right above you. Look at that.
That's a fine.
Wow. Big clutch in the house. Congrats for the $2 episode. Thank you, brother. Much love and much appreciation. 100%.
I didn't even know that was Paul. I'm on a raggedy ass phone. Paul, what up, baby?
I tried to get Coy on a couple of times, but he's ventured off into other things.
Too many breadsticks.
He's in witness protection.
You know, it happens.
He about to be rich selling on Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So
what is the Battle Chasers thing? Is it more comics? Is it a show? Is it animation? I have no freaking clue. I missed it.
Yeah, the guy who is. What's that?
Yeah, it's a big deal, I think.
Yeah, big deal. They're getting a TV. It's a TV deal, and it's by the guy who did. What was it? Big show that just happened.
John Wick.
Yeah,
John Wick.
Yeah, Derek Kolstad.
That's a big fucking deal.
That's a good
It's
deal.
huge.
Oh,
yeah.
So
live action.
Live action adaptation.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You don't like the barbarian shit?
I mean, live action. Battle Chasers.
Yeah, that would be tough. You might be right.
Well, they'll take some creative license, but I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a fraction as good as John Wick,
oh yeah,
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Do you think Good Boy? I was thinking about this earlier. Good Boy has a chance to be an animated series.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm keeping mine.
Well, hold on, real quick. Speaking of animal series or whatever you want to call it, the prices on that Animal Castle book are just going through the roof. Shout out to our friend Manny the Comic Collector. I'm going to bring up something real quick here. Manny the Comic Collector just decided to show everybody how badass this is going to be. And let me go ahead and do this. That book is going crazy. We've talked about it on Drunken Chat multiple times. Mel, you kind of championed that book a little bit lately, and it is really, really blown up in prices. Take a look at this.
It did crack 100.
It did crack 100. 124 for that 1 in 30.
What's our fascination with animal books? Because I mean, I feel like there's an animal book every 6-8 months that pops, and I'd never get it.
Long live Pizza Dog.
All animal books pop. Well, Animosity.
Yeah, that's. I mean, way back. What's that? 3 years ago happened. You got the Stray Dogs.
Stray Dogs. This.
The Land Shark. Pizza Dog.
Land Shark. Pizza Dog.
There was something
Throg.
after Animosity that
Throg.
did.
Don't forget about Throg.
Yeah.
Oh, Throg's about to be a beast.
Yeah.
Those Super Pets. The Super Pets show. Right?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that?
DC's got an animated series.
Did someone mention Stray Dogs?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, listen. There's something. I forget what show we talked about it on, but there's something about that
There's another series. Isn't there another series? It's called
E3.
Unforgivable. No.
Uh-oh.
It's called.
I'm good.
It's something. It's like really. It's like weird. It's like.
Are you talking
Animals,
modern or
are you
old?
trying to get animals or
Modern?
Yeah.
Like every time I like I'll do an eBay search for comics, like I'll see like a cover for that issue, and it's just like ew.
Yeah, I mean, I
You know what I mean?
McClay and our buddy Jason, Gabe may be onto something. The anthropomorphic animals, whether it's TMNT
Unnatural.
or
unnatural.
Unnatural.
Oh, yeah, that's-
See, the only thing
That's the worst.
I'd be
That's
about
weird.
unnatural, but it's French initially because I like Mirka and Dolpha's art.
you hate the French?
But I didn't want like well, no, I just don't want like, you know, it's like it ain't fucking Akira. I don't necessarily want to read it in English. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, just some random little, you know what I mean? It's just some random little thing. Like I'm not trying to get like 2.0, like here, let's read it in English. You know what I mean? If it would have started in America, I'm a little bit of a fucking nationalist. Some call me a patriot.
Animal Cat was a French book.
Like, huh?
And apparently there's a trade paperback of all the issues, but it's in French.
See?
For Animosity?
No, for Animal Castle.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did it
I don't know
start?
about-
Wait, did it
I don't know
start
about
in
just
France
the-
too?
It started in France. What?
Oh, fuck, here we go. Watch out.
Rob Fordham on
Call
the
Rob.
case.
Call Rob.
Rob's probably got a case of them.
Well, he's already let us know that he needs to be on 201. So
See?
there we go.
Here we go.
There it is.
Congratulations, Rob, on your graduation. Strong
Hell yeah,
goal.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Big
Yeah.
congratulations, brother.
While many of us just locked ourselves indoors and cried like little bitches during quarantine, you went out there and fucking picked up a 4-year degree. It's fucking strong.
Congrats,
Strong
Rob.
as
Yeah, let's bring that up here because that is actually pretty amazing here.
This Omarion variant is crazy.
Which one is that?
The Omarion COVID variant.
Oh yeah. Again,
They
there
haven't
we
they
go.
haven't announced that one yet. Mel, don't spoil it.
Yeah. Shout out
Yeah,
to Rob
look at that.
Fordham. There we go.
That's
Look
a
at
great
that.
Looking good, my friend.
Congratulations,
Looking
brother.
dapper.
Handsome devil, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, nice and dapper. There we go. Congrats,
The
brother.
dapper
Much
Don.
love.
He's showing off his MRSA not grasp of those digits out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Speaking
god.
of dapper, look at Mel. Look at Mel with that that nice little beard there, salt and pepper beard going.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mel in a while.
Ooh,
Trying to get the face popping.
holy-
You know what I mean? A little something. Yo, I haven't cut my hair since.
Them waves is popping.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. It ain't easy. I always thought it was easy. It ain't easy, bro.
Surfboards in the mail.
I ain't cut my hair since October.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a cyst in the back of my head. I couldn't cut my hair. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna grow it out.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
welcome to the club, brother. Welcome to the club.
This is crazy.
It's been October for me too. It's been since October for me too.
Dude, December 1st, I as soon as I got the chance, I was like, take it all off. Take it all off. I don't want any of it. Got rid of all of it. It's too much.
Yeah.
And
Well-
I get props to everybody growing a beard because this shit is itchy as shit, bro.
Right?
You get used to it.
I can't curse on the flip side.
You gotta
You
get
can.
some.
You can
You
curse
gotta
here, brother.
get some cream, man. You gotta get some cream.
I know. Matter of fact, Paul put me on some cream before, some buttercream, beard buttercream. What was the name of that, Paul?
Man, it's
I
been too
like
long.
Mark of a Man or something like that. I think it's called. I think
I
that's pretty good.
use Honest Amish.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Come for the
That's literally
comics,
the name.
stay for
Honest-
the
Honest
beard
Amish.
care.
Yeah.
Oh,
My,
Mel.
my,
Oh, there he is.
my beard is tough. It feel like some bear nuts, hand bear nuts.
Well, let's see what's going on with Battle Chasers and see if it's picking up any steam here. It's $80 for the.
I love that cover. I've
Yeah,
always
that's a
loved that
tough,
cover.
that's a good cover.
Yeah, tough to get in any
That
grade,
gap.
let alone high grade. Yeah, I mean they're picking up. At least they're selling. Here's the whole set here, not including the variant, sold for $86. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
There is a Frazetta magazine. Didn't
Ooh.
Frazetta have a magazine? There was a Frazetta
Oh,
magazine.
yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Number
Yeah.
3, right?
So that
Got
was
in a
the
box
first?
somewhere.
Yep.
That was
3
the
or
first
5.
Battle Chaser.
I don't know if it was the first, but they did a special for that Frazetta
Look,
magazine.
it's got like a spider
Yeah,
on the front.
I think that pink book with Homegirl's ass hanging out, I think that's going to be the book.
It's always been the book for that series. Red Monica
Right.
is yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's because of the pink cover, right? Not because of the ass.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Somebody
Just
picked
love
up a
those pink
9.8.
covers.
Yeah.
Another
Ass and
universe
titty.
variant.
Ass and titty.
Yeah, there's a
Dude,
gold foil of that too.
I was this close to putting Ass and Titties as the fucking song on the 200, but I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
So
I
here's
can't get monetized. That's a goddamn shame.
there's multiple gold
No,
variants too. So
it's
be on the
Fantasy
lookout.
Illustrated 2, and there's a Battle Chasers variant that's now
Here it is, right
pricey.
here. Look at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the Battle Chasers variant, and I could see this picking up a little steam, but it sold for $20. It's not bad. UK. So, anyways, the Battle Chasers stuff is starting to pop off. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. It's very interesting.
I hope, man.
Yeah. To think that they're going to do a live action for that.
That worries me. That
I
worries
mean,
me.
I'm hopeful, but good God, how many awesome projects have we seen them go like, they're going to do this? And it's like,
Yeah. Nothing ever gets made.
wait.
Yeah. Or it comes out like Why the Last Man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Was it that bad? Was
Yeah.
the series that bad?
I
mean-
couldn't finish it.
yeah, it was terrible.
Wow.
I really desperately tried to fucking convince myself that it was okay.
Yeah, same here. I got to like episode 4 and I was like, this isn't okay.
Yeah. The guy, like Yorick in the comic, is very likable.
Yeah. This guy was a douche.
Not so much. Like, what the fuck? Who's the casting director here? They should have called Marvel's person.
Yeah.
Marvel's person makes
Anybody
too much
watching?
money.
Yeah, anybody watching Hit Monkey? Somebody asked in the live chat.
No.
That's another one. I couldn't get through the first episode.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard it was really good by a lot
Oh,
of people.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
Really
I
funny.
lasted all of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah,
Mel
I'm not
just
surprised.
shady bounced.
What channel's that on again? The Hitmonkey?
Hulu.
Hulu.
Hulu? Okay.
It was like one of the projects that didn't get pulled from Marvel because they were going to do 4, and all that made it were those 2 animated ones.
Yeah.
That and the MODOK mess.
I'm two episodes into him. I love it.
Nice. There we go.
All right. So 125 that have joined in with us. Thank you guys for being here.
Wow. Awesome.
At some point, I'm going to send out the link in all of our chats and see if we can get people jumping in and out. We'll see what happens, but let's continue on with some of this news. So another big news, of course, is the Daredevil news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but like at some level, Feige like confirming this is just a demonstration that it's such old news that even he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all known he was staying. I think, you know.
I think
it
it's
seems
just
like of all the characters, probably he'd be the one that stayed.
He's too good.
But why not?
Too good.
Maybe Punisher.
Oh, I hope Punisher.
Well,
comes.
Yeah.
He said further. Well, he said furthermore that when this Daredevil comes out, there's going to be more that comes with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Punisher and maybe a couple other.
Yeah, if they use Jessica Jones, it'd be hard to replace Kristen Ritter, I think, too.
I think she's coming back too. The rumors are that the rumors that I've heard is that literally everybody but Danny Rand is coming back.
I don't think they need to see Iron Fist anytime soon. Truthfully,
That little blonde afro.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
I thought I don't think the guy was bad. I think he just got a bad rap because of all the fucking PC stuff that was going on at
he
the
wasn't
time.
great.
I never even
He just
tried
wasn't
it.
interesting.
He wasn't a good
That's
actor.
how we're gonna apologize for that fucking dumpster fire.
Oh, wow.
It was the fault of political correct. Get the fuck out! That show's
I thought it
terrible.
was the Zune.
And then when it started getting a little bit better, like when they were like, "Oh, we'll introduce the other Iron Fist," they're like, people were just like, "Fuck it, we've had enough. It's over. Netflix out." I'm like, "God damn it!"
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that
there have been reports that like he didn't study his choreography and his fight stuff, and just didn't really put it in the work.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
He was he was like why people hate political correctness because he was like soft as fuck. I'm like, you're the fucking Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That boy
Be a
was like
fucking
pudding.
bitch.
He was
But
a
he
wet
didn't read
noodle.
the script.
I know.
yeah. I
but
mean,
he
Luke
just-
Cage looked
God
intimidating.
damn.
Like Luke Cage
Absolutely.
looked like he was going to beat your
break
ass
my jaw.
the whole
Yeah,
time.
fuck you. Danny Rand, I'm like, I think I got a shot. I can take it. It's problematic. It's fucking problematic.
Yeah, some of the Daredevil like a show that makes you want to work out is a good show. Daredevil did that. It's like, man, like I should go to the gym so I can jump from buildings
and fight 20 people in the
I
hallway.
could do that.
Me and
I
Paul
can
are down
see.
there doing our 5 push-ups, like,
Yeah.
And Danny Rand made you think of Nico.
yeah. You're like, I'm gonna fucking beat Danny Rand's ass, fucking crybaby. Yeah.
Dude,
It's not
nobody
cool.
ever thought Sir Loris was going to be tough.
Danny Rand just makes me want some ramen noodles.
People started saying they were like, "Oh, it's the guy from Game of Thrones." Like, what guy? Oh,
That guy.
Oh, that
that's when it started going downhill.
Yeah. Josh Stone has a great point that the guy that they got playing him looked like a frat douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably played lacrosse.
Oh.
Oh man,
and a
he's
lot of
pissed
your-
off all of Canada, bro.
That's why casting matters. I mean, I'm all for casting people you don't know, or maybe a lot of people haven't heard of, and they can knock it out of the park. But sometimes those people fall flat too. Sometimes famous people fall flat.
Who's your Danny Rand? Who can you see playing a badass Danny Rand?
There's no more Danny Rand, man. That
No,
dude's-
he's not coming back for the long
Danny
time.
dead? No.
Danny did, yeah.
Danny died.
Speaking of that,
I mean, that Shang-Chi was great.
Yeah.
He had the right mix of comedy and like he busted his ass. He looked
I didn't
serious.
hate it. I thought Aquafina was going to be annoying as shit, but she was actually pretty good.
yeah, I agree. She wasn't bad. Did you guys hear about the announcement
Sequel?
for Shang-Chi 2 or Chang-Chi 2?
Yeah, I did see
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
So-
thought we were pretty sure on that.
Yeah, we knew it was coming.
I felt like maybe they would have went into a team up type of thing
Right.
instead of going straight into a
That
another
doesn't mean there won't be something in
Second
between.
solo.
You gotta milk the cow, man.
He'll
Yeah.
pop
Talk
in
about-
somewhere. Probably
We can
Doctor
talk
Strange.
about what's really important, right? What everybody really gives a shit about.
Uh
We're gonna wait for DeVoe.
oh.
Spider-Verse.
We should wait for DeVoe.
Spider-Verse looks so fucking good.
They
Jesus.
didn't show anything.
Well, here's what Spider-Verse proves to me is that animated and cartoon doesn't always mean your franchise is screwed. Because in my opinion, if is it live action? Cool. Is it it's just a cartoon? Oh, well, I'm gonna sell my book now then. For F that.
Well, so my only here's my thing. I get it. We have short memories and stuff, but they teased Spider-Man 2099 at the end of the last movie. It's not like, oh, he came out of nowhere. Like this has been 2-3 years. Why all of a sudden now we're like, oh, he's here.
You know how people are. They need a reminder.
Absolutely.
Forgetful asses.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen,
that's that Janet Jackson shit. What have you done for me lately?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think all my romantic covers of Gwen and Miles is really gonna start to pay off soon. I'm hoping.
I love that black cover. That holding hands, black cover.
Yeah, in the tree. I mean, on top of the building. Johnson variant. So I've been holding those for a long time.
Did you get a Johnson variant? Did you find one?
Yeah, I got a 9.6 for $100.
Woo! I got a 9.8 for $200. Bam! I'm a topper today. Damn. You know what caused me to get that today, Paul? Or get that book? Not today. I got it a couple years ago. You caused me to get that because I think you showed that book the first time. I think most of us had seen it, or at least I had seen it.
Which
do you
one
still
do you
have your
the
copy,
Johnson
Paul?
one or the black one?
I'm talking about the Johnson. Yeah,
that Johnson isn't that the one that like shows up at cons all the time because there's some guy that must have had a freaking. Or is that
there's only 600. There's only 600 of them.
Well, they got
the
more
STCC
at a diamond sale, at a diamond thing. So they're out there. That's why the price was there.
It was supposed to be an SCC book or something. It was a con book, and then somebody ended up with them all because I feel like our friend Walker bought a case and they got thrashed. So of the 600, I think a good chunk of them are not good.
Which cover? The black cover or the roof cover?
The black cover is,
cover.
Not.
No,
we're not talking about the one where he's handing her the rose.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, a good chunk of those got damaged in that deal.
I thought that was a 1 in 50. My bad.
It is a 1 in 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a 1
The
in
black
50.
cover is a 1 in 25, but
yeah, the black
again,
cover.
nobody was looking
nightmare.
It's a tough 9.8. 9.8's a lister for like almost or could be over $2,000 now. 9.6 is at $1,300. I seen one for $700.
Yeah,
I was like,
That's one. Yeah, no, I never had that cover, Brian. I wanted to buy yours.
Really? I thought that you had that cover. Maybe I'm thinking of something else then.
No,
Yeah, Tim was the first guy to sell it.
I had the black cover.
Ridiculous money.
I think the only one of them together I ever had was the black cover. I sold it raw. It was.
I'll bring that one up.
It was kind of.
I think
I've
Ralph
been
Porter was a
talking
9.8.
about it back in the day.
9.2, 9.2. I think. Maybe
What a
9.4.
on that Johnson going for?
I can look it up.
Well, I think there was somebody put up today, as a matter of fact. Here we go. Check this out. So we talked about it a little bit on MCM the other night, and somebody had put up that in Instagram here. Let me see if I can find it. Talking about that Johnson cover, how there's a couple available on eBay now. I can't find it. Anyways, 1,200 or 1,400, like somebody are
For 9.8?
No, for 9.8. Yeah. I'm trying to find where I saw that. What about this one? One that a lot of people are sleeping on is the I don't have a good image of it right now. I'll just steal this one. The Turkish variant.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous cover.
Yep. That's another one that people are sleeping on.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
Last sale of 9.6 was $300 in August of 2021.
There you go.
It's not bad.
It was like 200 in 2020 and 300 in 2021. So,
and today probably 900.
So here's the Isanov
Today's
one.
money.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
That shit is fire.
High Voltage Mark just dropped 2 $10 super chats. He probably messed up, but we'll take it. He says, congratulations on 200, my friends. Thank you for all the good times. We appreciate you, High Voltage Mark. Much love to you, too. Here's
Shut up on that High Voltage.
Yeah.
I just got the Isanov. I don't remember. I think it's French, and it's with the purple Spider-Man on it. It looks pretty badass. I just won from Josh and International Comics.
Yeah, there's the Panini
and,
one, right?
It's not. I mean, it was just a few days ago, so it's not here yet. But it looked pretty amazing. So I kept bidding until I owned it.
I just realized that was Sean. My bad, bro. See, because I'm on my phone, I can't see who's in the little pictures.
Oh, all right.
No, Sean, you good? Yo,
What up,
congratulations
dude?
on the Warrior, brother.
Thanks, man. That shit went well.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, we're definitely
really
gonna get into that. All right. Yeah, so that's good stuff. What else happened? Oh, how about this one?
That's Scott Regan. Scott.
Yeah, what up, Mel?
My bad.
Melly's
How you doing, man?
Motorola Razor, man. What's wrong with you, man?
It's how StreamYard is. I can't. I don't got like a full screen.
Right. StreamYard is tough on your phone.
Huh?
StreamYard is tough on the phone.
Give him a break.
I'm supposed to be working.
I'm just happy you're here, buddy. Mel, you
Not
gonna tell us
doing
about
any
your...
praying right now, so you're okay.
Mel, you doing anything with our buddies at Metropolis?
I was supposed to go this morning, but I got caught up with class. I'll be there next week.
All right, who's the guy that I like there?
Jeff. Shout out to my man Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff
we gotta get Jeff on here to talk about video games. You're gonna talk to him?
I'll definitely talk to him for you.
Okay.
Because he got a lot of. When I was in the office, I was tripping with video games and toys and shit. I tell you, I felt like Richard Pryor in that movie, The Toy.
Yeah.
All that shit they got lying around.
Yeah, and we want to meet Robinson, who's also a Metropolis employee. At some point in time, Brian and Dino and I have been talking about that.
Okay, I can
meet him yet?
that too. Probably, but I got a memory like
All
a
right.
87-year-old, so I'm so bad with names.
Shout out to Cover Lover Comics, big time. He says, "What does Tales from the Flipside have in common with Angry Video Game Nerd? 200 episodes, right on. Angry Video Game Nerd, old school YouTube.
Yes. Love it.
I've been watching that guy forever.
Classic.
Yeah.
Him
all right.
him shitting on ET is the best thing ever.
Yeah. So we might have to clip this out like the rest of the ones I've been clipping out, but we're gonna show it anyways because it looks very, very cool. New official trailer for Peacemaker has come out.
Yep.
And let's get in on it. Let's see what we got here. Fucking eagle, man. Dude, that eagle is gonna be like Lucky the Pizza Dog. I'm telling you, he's gonna steal the show.
Thing better not crap back there.
Can't house train an eagle, dude.
Yeah, do you think that the vigilante is like they're trying to play off on Deadpool a little bit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Big time.
Yeah,
Big
and
time.
they're going to do a good job with it, and I think that's the stuff that's got a shot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to flip it and make money.
Well, because it's cheap enough that doesn't need a lot of room to go.
We're so good with no sound. You putting no sound on, Brian?
What's that?
No sound.
Oh, no sound?
Yeah, don't worry. We'll still get a fucking copyright strike and be
Right,
removed
doesn't
from the
matter.
fucking internet. We'll be all right. Either way, we'll be all right.
Hold on here. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's do it. Tell me if you get... I want to know how they shoot shots like this. Do they really actually have him jumping out the window? You know what I mean? Like, look at this fucking shot right here. Right?
Tidy whities.
There. Yeah, hold on. They get it just right on the spot.
I'm just saying, if it was you or I, they would definitely use special effects. But John Cena, they probably have him judged.
HBO Max killing it, doing a good job.
I mean,
Is there hope
maybe
for
James
DC?
Gunn just can do no wrong.
He has his
so far.
He has his. You can tell his style. You know what I mean? Like that's total James. I mean, it's James Gunn to a T.
It's like Richard Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino humor that
With the dude that Michael Bay or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Bay explosions. Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to blow shit up.
And have like train chases and.
I remember when he was on. Remember the guy that did the Nerdist, that like the show or like that TV show, like
Yeah.
I'm talking about back in like fucking 09.
Yeah.
Hardwick had James Gunn on. It was the first time I'd seen him, and they were talking about his video game Lollipop Chainsaw, and that he'd just gotten hired to do Guardians of the Galaxy. and I was like, this guy's going to be fucking something great, and he's just exceeded all my greatest hopes.
All right, let me get back to work, fellas.
Good
All
seeing
right,
you,
Mel.
Mel.
Later,
Good
brother.
seeing you,
Once
man.
again,
Mel.
yo, congratulations. Keep kicking ass, bro. Y'all doing your damn thing. And thanks for letting me be a part of the Flipside challenge. And thank you for all the promotion you've been giving me. And all you guys, thank you for the friendships and everything. All you guys are fantastic. I love y'all. If I can pop back on a little bit later, I'm pop back on.
All right, brother.
Nice.
All right, man.
Have a good
Love
one.
you, bro.
It's
Hey, man.
yeah.
Yeah, Reno 911-esque. That's for damn sure. It does totally remind me of Reno
It
911.
just has a good
so,
balance of the action, comedy, and
Mhm.
just irreverence.
yeah, it looks good. All right. What else? We got anything else crazy that happened this week, news wise? I think that's about it. I've been.
Molina's quote from the fucking Brazilian Comic Con was next level funny.
What was that?
So they were asking him and Jamie Foxx and who's the guy that plays the Green Goblin,
Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe, about like, oh, so does it feel good to be back together here on the cast? And he's like, I did it for the money. I did.
Gangster.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is
They paid
awesome.
me $15 million. What do you think?
Yeah, he's there with his cardigan
Yeah.
sweater and his little bus. He's like, I'm here for the cash.
There's also a news that Haley Steinfeld has been seen on the Ant-Man set.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
That's
they're
sweet.
starting to bring. So that what's his daughter's name, right?
Kate Bishop.
Well, no, stature, right? Stature.
No, whatever his
no,
daughter,
no,
the
you're
Ant-Man's
six.
daughter name
Cassie
is.
Lang.
Cassie Lang.
Cassie Lang.
Stature.
There we go.
Yeah, she's Stature. But anyway,
What's Thatcher? I don't remember Thatcher. Is that the
Stature.
character she
Giant
plays?
girl.
Giant
Stature
girl.
was when she
Stature.
gets
No.
big.
Okay.
Yeah, and Cassie Lang is her name. It's the character's name, and she also gets small. But anyway, like
Red
Giant
Hood.
Man. But the point is, sounds like the fucking Young Avengers Kang storyline with fucking Iron Lad. Holy shit, dude! How sick would that be?
Well, they're doing the Young Avengers no matter what. It might not be that same team, but it's going to be pretty damn close. Here's the question, though. We're going to have the Dark Avengers, a.k.a. Thunderbolts. Is that going to have some of those Young Avengers characters in it? I think that Yelena is a lock for, one of those two teams, right? Which team is she going to be on is the question. We saw the preview. Has the latest episode of Hawkeye came out showing that Yelena character yet? I can't remember.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, but I'd heard rumors of it.
Shout out to Justin Shannon, who drops
Oh,
a
yeah,
$20
man.
super
Stud.
chat. Says,
Justin's a
congrats.
stud.
Congrats on episode 200. I love the live streams. The last couple years have been rough, so it's just much appreciated. It's great to meet some of you in Baltimore, and thanks for the t-shirt, Dino. Amen. We appreciate you, Justin.
It's a shower and a grower right
Yeah.
there.
So that super adaptoid character is something that we could see in the MCU, aka Thunderbolts, aka Dark Avengers, all that type of stuff, right?
For people who don't know what the fuck you're talking about, do you have the graphics?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up here in a second.
I mean, because how many people on the screen right now know what you're talking about? Carter, don't raise your hand. I know you do. You don't either? God damn it. So that would make two of us.
What are we talking
I don't.
about?
Super
Comics?
Adaptoid?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what the kids are playing these days?
No.
Look that up.
I get
Yelena
super
Belova.
adept to any
Yelena.
situation.
All right, so here's
Yeah.
what we got. Shout out to Dollar, who is an absolute stud when it comes to this spec stuff. He's just been killing it lately. And here is the what showed up in the recent trailer for the newest episode, right? And a lot of people are thinking because Florence Pugh is named to be in the series. That she's going to show up in the next episode as this character, and of course, this looks a lot like the character that that Yelena Belova becomes. This character right here, Super Adaptoid, in Thunderbolts, Dark Reign, the Dark Reign Thunderbolt series, number 128, Thunderbolts 128. So that could be some big news heading forward. Very interesting. And her first full appearance, right, is that the New Avengers annual, I think.
I think that's probably
Somebody
the
said
first
that.
appearance. I think this would probably be the
First
origin.
full. Okay. So this is your cameo, and this is your first full of that Super Adaptoid character. So that's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Look at Red Hood just keeps dropping the money.
If you give me a little control, I think you want to go with Uncle Dino's spec over here, and I think it's Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
I love Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell is the shit.
I mean, if you get that game, you can find these at your local like Walmart or Target like dollar bins, and you can find a Splinter Cell video game. Uncle Dino, get it sealed for you, nice sealed video game.
Get it graded too.
That's right.
No, I love Splinter Cell.
Very interesting.
The interesting thing, and Wonderworld Comics brings up a great point that if that Thunderbolts issue becomes something, there are a bunch of variants. There's a second printing variant, a third printing variant, and a Clint Langley variant. Let me go ahead and show you guys that.
I want to just log off and play Splinter Cell.
Right?
Shit.
Got sex goggles. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That'll be interesting to see what happens. You know what's weird? And I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. I've heard people saying that I've read people saying that the Hawkeye is a failure, that the show is a failure for some reason, and I don't understand where that's coming from at all.
Me and Mrs. liked it. It's cool.
Is it ratings or like the actual show?
I guess it's less viewers than Loki.
But like, no shit.
Yeah, Loki had a.
Did you think fucking Clint Barton was gonna get like the greatest fucking? Get the fuck out of here. It's amazing.
And Jeremy Renner.
I think it'll be one that hits. It just takes there's a lot of people that are busy.
I think people don't like Jeremy Renner as a person. I hate to say that too. Like,
dude, he's good on Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's not a great actor. I just people like it's like
that show looked good. I haven't seen it.
It's good. I mean, it's funny.
Heard it's
worth your time.
Yeah,
is it depressing?
Mayor of Kingstown's depressing as fuck, but Hawkeye not so much.
No, Kingstown,
yeah, Kingstown not uplifted.
I think Loki though was like just promoted to hell, and it had just come out.
Well, that shit was at the right time, dude. It's all at the right time. I mean, comics are so fucking cheap right now. Just look at the market. People are scared. It's fucking Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's always a downtime this year.
Yeah, I think people will figure it out.
Do you think
if you watched or read the Fraction run, that third episode was amazing because it's direct bit from one of the coolest like chase scenes from with all the trick arrows and stuff like that. If you remember that run.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if a Transformer is gonna fucking kill all of us with a evil variant, I think there's reason to be concerned.
Yeah. There is, and I understand the talk about Jeremy like Renner being kind of. It's hard to watch him sometimes because he just is so insufferable, man. It's
clinically depressed.
Dude, go drop some money on you know where I'm going with this. Like
you can tell he doesn't want to be there.
That. Yeah.
Well,
take care of it.
Yeah. So if the goal is to be the Bruce Willis sort of angry in The Last Boy Scout.
The Last Boy Scout.
Yeah, remember that? He's just not fucking angry enough.
That's like a sci-fi.
You know what
movie.
I mean? Like, he's just sad.
All
in a lot of these scenes.
All of Nico's movie references are like late 80s, early 80s.
But he's always like the reluctant hero. He doesn't want to be known. He just wants to do his job and go.
Sure.
So I mean, I think people are expecting something different. Where Loki is a grand character, always, you know,
He's
over
the
the
god of
top.
mischief.
You know, WandaVision was
that was awesome.
You know, mind fuck, and this is just kind of it's down to earth. I mean, we haven't seen this in a minute.
Yeah, I really like Kate Bishop in it also. I mean, she's awesome. It's absolutely perfectly cast. So
youthful, excited. For people that really loved the run that Lemire did with David Aja.
No, Fraction.
Or I'm sorry, that Matt Fraction did with David Aja. The TV show is like special. You know what I mean? Like,
did you guys talk about it last week about David Aja and him trying to sue? Did you guys talk about it last week?
Oh, did he file suit?
Yeah.
No.
Did he? I know he was asking for credit, like on.
I don't think he filed suit. Did he?
Maybe he did. Maybe I think he was going to.
He was complaining.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was
I saw him break balls for sure.
Yeah. I think he's.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I really like the idea of giving me some credit. How about giving me some money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the fans are really giving MCU some shit for it.
Well,
they're
on the Hawkeye thing. I got 3 kids that I try and watch the Marvel shows with, so it's why sometimes I'm a little behind. I can't get them all together. But you know, with Loki and WandaVision, there was always one of them that's like, I don't really like this or get it. It's too complicated, not complicated. You know what I mean? There's too much going on. And this one, they all 3 were like, can we watch another one tonight? And we would have watched the 3rd episode tonight, except I'm like, well, I kind of got to do the podcast.
So it appealed to your kids that are how old?
9, 12, 13. So, I mean, that's a pretty broad spectrum in that age group.
Did they notice that Renner was clinically depressed?
I mean, they actually, you know, I think they enjoy it. It gives, you know, that's what they expect him to be. He's kind of a joke character that just, you know, doesn't want to be the superhero.
He's been through some stuff.
Yeah.
He's the Batman of the group. He has no superpowers.
What he should be clinically depressed. I mean, the guy's family disappeared 5 years. He killed a million people.
Hold on. In his defense, too, right? So, like the hearing loss demonstrates that he probably has a traumatic brain injury. I mean, the
PTSD, probably.
Yeah, dude, you know? Right? Like,
I mean, he's a wreck. He should act depressed. He is a fucking crap show of a human
organic
being right
brain
now.
Injury.
I also rewatched Civil War last week, and like they were kind of right, man. He shouldn't have some PTSD. They killed like hundreds of thousands of innocent people. These Avengers have. You know what I mean? They just accidentally blow up buildings and shit all the time. Right?
Dude, they destroyed Manhattan.
They destroyed Manhattan.
But speaking of that,
Right?
how great was that?
Jeremy Renner is doing an impression of Sean's liver on a Monday. You know, that's his life. Is man, they just kick the shit out of me.
He's the Harrison Ford of the Marvel universe. He
How great was that scene where they re-showed that you know, the scene from the first Avengers movie,
Yeah,
you know, when her dad dived and they showed it from a different angle. That was great that they did how they did that and everything. They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah. All right.
Do you think we can get Hawkeye treatment for his post-concussive syndrome and mild traumatic brain injury?
Nope.
Maybe get him a neuropsych consult.
Couldn't afford that series.
I think he's walking into the sunset after this.
He's probably going to need like a cochlear implant.
Need some medical marijuana, man.
Yeah, he does.
Every time I hear Hawkeye mentioned, I think of Tony and that one cover where Hawkeye is shooting the bow. All weird.
Yeah, his hands upside down. It's the Gronoff cover.
Dude, well, how about if
he's
how
like
about if
holding it like
your
this.
buddy your buddy makes a fucking spacesuit that he can fly at like fucking light speed and the fucking like nobody will give you a referral to a neuro-otologist and a fucking simple surgery. Instead, they get like an earpiece on the side of your fucking ear. Like, I'd probably be sad too. Just saying.
Yeah, well, they're doing a good job of it. I think. I think it's pretty sad that people are saying it's, a failure or something. 'Cause it's definitely
Everybody,
not a
I mean,
failure.
everybody hates every show that comes on.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Right.
There's people that say Loki was terrible, WandaVision was terrible, What If was. I mean, there are people that hate all of them. So it's
It
what it
was
is.
all terrible because my specs didn't come out. So.
Yep.
Whatever, dude.
At least it's
I
not
just
Santa
watch them
Ink.
to enjoy.
Yeah. At least it's not Santa Ink, and it doesn't have a
but I mean,
3%
Yeah,
Rotten Tomato.
That's
every
terrible.
episode of Loki wasn't good. WandaVision didn't. I had people quit WandaVision or non-comic people, or even myself.
WandaVision was tough to get the first two in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They came out. They're like, "Oh, we better drop the first two. This shit's weird." And so they did. My friends were like, they were lost in like 10 minutes. They're like, nope. Like, that's it, and only because I do this and that's more interesting to me. So I know it's going to go somewhere else.
Mhm.
But that was a hard to catch on for just regular person,
Yeah.
So
That
I've
was
seen a
tough
lot of
start. That's a lot easier.
people talking about Echo, key books and this and that, and there's still, for some reason, and I've seen it multiple times lately. There's for some reason there's still people that think that she is on the front of that first that Daredevil 9. That's not her. That's Black Widow, you guys. So just remember that. There is a good old school...
Hey, can I ask you guys a question about that real quick?
Nope.
Paul
When I say that, Paul, you know that I don't mean you. I mean the people that
The people
other
who know
people-
shit. Yeah, you're good.
Sorry, but anyway,
People that know something.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I could take your opinion too. I just do the opposite. But with respect to 9 and 10, why?
I'm here to tell you what you shouldn't do.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Why, with all these fucking books, like Invincible Iron Man 7, no, it's 9. Like you go through it, right? Like 180, no, it's 181.
Mel wishes he was here.
Why is the fuck that?
I could tell you
But
why.
why hasn't that happened with Daredevil 10? Is it just too late, or will it not happen?
Well, Daredevil
It's
10,
going
I don't
up.
think is the book. I think the book is 11. That's her first appearance of Echo that everybody's saying, So
I don't
mean,
think anyone says that, but CGC. I think it's just kind of like been a running joke.
I don't know. I don't know.
CGC's
Shout
in
out
on
to
the
Jason
joke.
Shaw. Jason
That's
Shaw
hilarious.
wrote a really good article a few months back about all those Echo keys. And this is a nice little list. Daredevil, he's got Daredevil 10, first cover appearance, Daredevil 11.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, is he suggesting that fucking 10 isn't her smack dab like 7 inches big on the fucking cover?
Yeah, but it's not. Does she? I don't think she goes by Echo.
she
in
does.
that. Oh, she
Yes,
does?
Absolutely.
Well, the other books that I think are really big are these new Avengers books, right? Because I really think that she's going to end up becoming Ronin and taking on that costume for a while, and I think we're going to see that as a big storyline in her series, right? Kind of her taking on the Ronin thing, and everybody's speculating that this is kind of Daredevil light, right? This Echo series is going to be Daredevil, without calling it Daredevil, which I think is very interesting too. So let's see here. Here we go. Dollar says, oh, here we go.
Yeah, but
George-
I routinely disagree with him about his fucking opinions
course.
on First Full and Cameo
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, but I'm usually right.
Yeah, Daredevil 10 is going up because it looks first cover looks good slab. It does. It's a gorgeous cover. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's the only point I'm trying to make.
It's
Yeah.
the 180. It's the classic.
No one
it's
opens
the
these
classic
fucking
argument.
books.
180 versus 181. It's the classic
Yeah,
argument.
nobody opens these fucking books. That's what I'm saying. So, but this is the outlier,
They
right?
open?
Like, exactly. So the 9 is the expensive book. Sure, it's fucking 11, but it's not 10 either. That's what I just didn't
No, it's
understand.
not the first appearance to me. Like I'm just pretty much.
Because
I'm buying them all. I bought a few copies of 10. I don't. It's what I mean, because it's definitely going to go up. It's a great cover. But yeah, mine's first appearance, so I just go with that.
I really like. She also has a cover that is not
Can I
talked
also
about a
mention
lot.
we've got 25 opinions on 9, 10, 11, 15, 35. You know what I mean? Which is, I guess, interesting.
It's 9.
Yeah, it's
Stop
9.
bullshitting.
9? All 9?
Yes.
All
yes.
day?
Yes.
Yeah, it's first
all
appearance.
day.
Where's
Even though
the
she's
first
not
time
on the
she
cover.
appears?
All day.
Where's the
9.
first time she appears? 9. So that's the first.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
more
think
substantially than in a last panel. She's in there for several pages, right?
Yeah, I saw somebody. I saw. Yeah. Yeah. So Knight's first appearance, and if 11's first is Echo, that's cool. It makes 11 worth more. It just doesn't make it, a bigger book than 9 to me.
This is George. This is one of those things we talked about on old school comics, like Batman, right? It's Batman's villains, right, are always not on the cover. They're like in the book, right? You know, the covers.
Except for Mr. Freeze.
Except for Mr. Freeze, correct.
People prefer the cover.
People prefer the cover.
How come variants are so popular?
All about the covers.
Yep. That's why that Dave Johnson book is going to be so big, that Johnson Spider-Gwen book, because it's the cover, in my opinion. There was an Echo cover that I saw recently. I can't remember what book it is now, that I think is kind of not talked about a lot. And I can't remember.
Not a New Avengers, not one of the Daredevil David Mack covers.
It's a Secret Invasion tie-in.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. It's a Secret Invasion tie-in, and I can't remember
New
which
Avengers
one.
31.
There you go. New Avengers 31. Let me look that
Good
up.
job.
Avengers 31. It's a slept-on book. Well, the New Avengers 31 is a good one, but there's that's the initiative one.
39, I think. New Avengers.
Is it 39?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I think 39 is pretty decent too.
Yeah, because after it's like the final panel, after Echo stabs Elektra, it's revealed that she's a Skrull.
Yeah, we're gonna get that whole fucking.
Yeah,
story.
this is it. You're right. New Avengers 39. Beautiful.
Hey, I'm the fucking CEO. Jesus Christ.
So there you go.
Yeah,
It's
more David
ugly.
Mack, right?
Yep.
It's ugly, but I like it.
You know, with broken clocks, right twice a day, my friend.
Hey, you know what I do? You know?
I love David Mack's work.
It's a really
Yeah,
ugly.
and I
cover.
see that all the time because I'm looking for that second print of issue 40.
Yeah. Well, those
Never mind. I'm like,
And they're all gone from eBay. Good job.
Those Daredevil 51 through 54, I think, are big books that will carry on that Origins.
The YCC variant for 31.
Oh, I heard that Abigail Brand is 100% going to be the fucking mother of dragons.
What?
All right.
For Game of Thrones?
No, for fucking Secret Invasion. That what's her face? The blonde
Amelia Clark, yeah.
is going to be Abigail Brand.
Ah, I see what you did there.
And I was like,
I was like,
I don't know how many of
gonna
those
be the
books
mother
I
of
have.
dragons.
But then I just can't remember people's names. But then I looked them up on eBay, and all the cheap 9.8s were gone, and I was like, God damn it! Somebody knows something. Yeah,
Abigail Brand. Is that Astonishing X-Men?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah. 3 and
That's
6. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if she's in 3. Is she in 3?
I think so. I think okay. It's something.
You're
to
talking
do
about the
with,
toy variant.
There's
the one that's got Shield. The two.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think that has her in it. Now I don't know the.
I feel like
answer
you
to
guys are talking like in code words.
that. Okay. There's a character, Abigail Brand,
the green hair chick.
Yeah. So they're talking about 3 here, which is like. So they're talking about
but
3,
that's
which is.
but not that book. The fucking toy version of that one.
Yeah, hold on.
The toy version of that one has 6 in the guts.
Yeah, hold on.
Not for resale.
Yeah,
Right. 6 is the first
yeah.
appearance of Abigail Brand.
Which
I
one?
was told by
Now I
a
want-
very reliable source.
Which is this one?
3 is a cameo. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 is a cameo, 6 is the full appearance.
That it's a fucking wrap.
All I
Abigail
know
Brand.
is that there's a Deadpool that exists that will fit in my hand now. That's all I care about. Now I want
What do
one.
you mean?
Hold on, what?
If you go, never mind. In the eBay
This is a
searches,
back
there was a Deadpool, like a figure or something, like a Lego figure or something that like was on a guy's hand.
Nice. All right.
It was the back of the cover of something he was looking
Pay
at. I
attention
saw
to
it.
the
You made Paul
background.
happy. I try to support that.
He's
My
like
dude.
easily
He's my
distracted.
man.
Let him
He's
be.
my man. I like him. Anyway, so that's just a little pro tip here on fucking episode 200. Don't leave those behind anymore.
That's the only pro tip we got today.
See, but I try to buy 6s, but people want like $50, and I'm like, I'm not in on $50. Like I'm on like $20, like 15.
There was you should have been buying those
I know.
like at least a year ago when they were like super duper cheap.
Yes, I would agree, but
I think I have
for
one
the
in the
record,
box, but
that shit didn't pan out. Remember? We heard it. We heard the news.
I never gave up hope. Never gave up.
That's because you don't sell anything. You fucking never give up hope on fucking anything. Carter is gonna have all of the comic books before it's all said and done. He'll just have all
of them.
I'm blowing my shit out.
So I want to talk about something
sold
else
a book
real quick.
this month.
I want to change the subject really quick, and I want to talk about how cool it was to see Sean and Drew from Wanted Comics. Shout out Drew at Wanted Comics. Raise $15,000 for Wounded Warrior Project.
Strong.
That's awesome.
$15,000.
Pizza Dog helped too. So I put him in the picture.
Shout out to Pizza Dog. Pizza Dog with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
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 I just want to say beyond that, those books that they ran those auctions for, I got mine already. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It literally took a few days. Everything went out on Saturday because I wanted to be able to print one scan sheet. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but you print a bunch of books and it'll generate that, and you basically you print it out. You can hand it to the people. So when you walk in with that many IKEA bags full of comics and boxes, they don't freak out that they don't have to scan every one of them. You know what I mean? So
Say it again. What do you do?
It's called a scan sheet.
Uh-huh.
I can show you where it's at on
So
your
it tracks
but
everything
eBay has it
instead
too.
of them scanning
I used to
each box.
I've been using it. eBay generates it too. So when I run auctions or something,
They
on
do?
eBay, yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, eBay's got generate scan, but you I don't know, you do it once at the end of the day. But this one has it too. One time it didn't work, and I was like, I'm sorry, but So anyway, generate scan. So I walked in, and it was Saturday morning. My post office opens at 10. So I got there like 9:45. There's already like 5 people in line. So I just keep coming in from the car and leaving these bags in the hallway by the door. And then when they still got the, restrictions of how many people in the lobby area, COVID thing or whatever. So as I'm walking in, I'm like, first thing I said is like, I've got a scan sheet. You can actually see it on top of that the brown box in the middle up there. And he's like, the guy thanked me at least 3 times for having the scan sheet. So I handed him a bag, and he'd go literally dump it into wherever they send the mail out, hand me the bag back, and we just all that many times.
I think my post office must be like very easy going because like there's just a counter with pins that you can throw your stuff in, and they'll scan it as they're ready.
That's the way I do.
That's what I do. It's like a blue. It's usually blue or whatever, and you just scan it on there and whatever.
Yeah, but you don't get a receipt,
postal
right?
lady.
I don't need a
Postal
receipt.
lady calls me when she gets fucking speeding tickets. That's like my level of like good terms. with
My postal lady's the bomb, but if I have more than a couple books, I'll swing by the post office, or if I got a big one that I'd actually want to scan. But a lot of times I'm just throwing a box. that's too big in there.
Definitely pressing grade candidate right here. Very, very high grade. Dennis been taking good care of these things for a while. This thing's been going off. So I was pretty happy when I opened his box yesterday and it was there. So
I wanted to win that one.
You can watch the price just jump.
And that movie opens in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 17th. And
That book was $10 for so long.
Maybe fucking there.
Maybe some
Spider-Verse.
people have already seen the movie. Some people in the background. I don't know, but I see people pre-selling tickets. That was kind of funny for hundreds of dollars, and didn't think you could scalp movie tickets these days. But I learned something.
I was winning
every
it for a
day.
minute.
Obviously, I learned something last night at Tales of Flipside. The toys. I used to have some of those things. They're worth hundreds of dollars, and good old mom threw them away for me. So another tough show
We
last
need
night.
to get Drew on the show.
Yeah, you know what? This was It went. I mean,
Back there.
thanks to everybody who
This is
paid,
one that you
everybody who
want. I also
donated.
kind of eyeballed this thing.
Yeah, I actually, yeah,
280.
I opened that and I was like, oh, well, the opinion was at 280. This one I think was 210.
No, it went for 280, dude. Look.
No, that was the
No, that
opinion.
was the,
It
that was
flipped
the
right
end of
back.
the auction before.
Oh, okay.
That was the end of the auction before. This one I think was 210.
It
But
was
like,
close,
still,
but
that's a really good
I was
price.
so close, and I think I got perturbed.
I should have just bought it from, not really, but like the opinion I don't have, and it's one of my favorites. I can tell it's like a 9.8 candidate, and so is this one. This is a spec book for me, so I was like, yeah, I kind of want them, but yeah,
I thought this was kind of cool.
Really well.
People were sending in books, and they would, say, kind of like, people in their family that were veterans and stuff. And Drew and Sean, both of you guys were like, you talked to people who had sent in books and said, hey, do you have any people in your family, or are you a veteran? And you would talk about it. And Samson, shout out to Samson. He sent in, what's Samson go by on IG? My Comics Journey? Is that what it is?
My Comic Book Journey.
My Comic Book Journey, yeah.
Yeah, with underscores.
He sent in some books, and he had a little notes on them that said, this one's for my grandfather who served 30 years, 30 years of service, yada, yada. And I thought that was really cool that people were doing that. So I think the whole thing turned out really, really well. You guys did such a good job, and everybody that sent in books. And I know Drew was so worried because he was like, oh, Drew's always worried about coming on cameras and stuff. And
Drew's
you
great
guys
on
did,
camera.
yeah, Drew.
Yeah,
Drew
it added
did
a nice
so
little.
good.
Having two people on, I think, helped.
It was. I've never done it. With obviously never. I'm not one of those people that's like puts my wife on so people will watch. You know what I mean? So like I don't have anybody else that lives with me. So there was So it was nice. I mean, it took him like it's probably 2 hour each way to get here, and then and we were really able to ham and egg it. It's just sort of jumping up. And what I did is I had pictures of like before we started. So I had my rack with some of the slabs and stuff, just because so visually it's a better background, and then just piles all around the living room, kind of people's stuff, so that I could just either I'd run all their books at once, or just try to get through everything, but not go person to person. And it's all, I didn't have it ordered necessarily. I'm just sort of jumping in there trying to think, okay, well, that we just sold $400, let's calm this down. Let me grab like a $20 or $30 book or something like that. And that's the tricky part about doing Whatnot anyway. But honestly, I think there was a glitch where one or two ended earlier, it seemed like. But other than that, like everything went pretty much market value or higher. I mean, obviously the charity is going to have something to do with that. I had 3 friends that do not own a comic book win comic books.
Wow.
One, he actually lives around the corner from me, and so I walked him his books over, but because it's already paid for or whatever the shipping, I still got to ship something. So let's just say I put a funny printout, comic mailer that he'll probably get today or tomorrow. So he did that, or I did that, but then my other friend, the one another one had his wife had his phone, so she won like a $60 9.6 or something like that. So and then another one, I was like, wait, does that say what I think it does? I was like, oh, hey Greg, thanks, dude. You know what I mean? I know he does not know what a Peach Momoko punchline 9.8 is. So it was thankful to do that. But yes, I mean, so many people. I was gone, so Saturday, that's the last thing I did before I went out of town for the weekend. So I want to try to make a bigger post, let everybody know everything's shipped, so everything's out. It looks like I just realized I did mess one thing up. I got to contact Whatnot to figure out how to do it, because there's no way to contact people and Whatnot. It's not like eBay; you can't message people. And so I would hope that there's one honest soul. If you get an extra book that you didn't buy in there, please let me know. If you happen to be listening. So that happened. But it went well. It was nice of Drew to be on there. So many people on and bidding. I mean, I think I got up to probably 145 viewers, which is a lot for comic books.
Yeah, it was busy.
Whatnot.
I was in and out, on and off. I mean, you were live? How many? 5 hours, 6 hours?
Yeah, we did 5 hours, man. You're running out of it, and then it takes a while. I've never really done a marathon telethon like that. I don't think I've never tried to sell more than 40 or 45 books. And then I was able to even just start them at 15-second auctions. I'm like, this is how the card guys with hundreds of viewers feel, because they can start it off slow because the bidding just gets right down to it, rather than wait for a whole minute and then everybody just bids in the last 10 seconds, every time. So just start hitting the bid button right away. So yeah, it went well. And like I said, it was just
now you know how Mel feels every Friday night. Doing 6 hours.
And it was let me see, one payment didn't come through, and then so I got to figure out what to do about that. But other than that, it was $14,679.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and whatnot, they waived all the fees or whatever are waived, so it's all going to get donated. So it's not even, it's not even minus the 11% or whatever. So 100% of that's going to go once it gets transferred over. So
it's beautiful.
Shout out to Late Night Comics, who dropped a $9.99 super chat saying cheers to the
Dude,
next
what
200.
a good dude he is. We got to meet him in Baltimore.
Danger Room Comics drops a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. So I'm gonna drop the link for any of our normies. You guys hit me up, and however you guys normally hit me up, and I'll send you the link if you guys want to try and jump in. Shout out to some of the other people who donated. Shout out to Hive Comics, who donated just a ton of books. Of course, Wanted Comics donated a ton of books. Some other people that donated a lot, Sean?
Dennis at Wonderworld definitely did.
Yeah, so Dennis had a lot. Freddy's 562 is it Instagram. He's actually a local dude. He sent like 10 slabs. Wow. I was like, holy shit! Right? I was like, oh, he packed these in a CGC box or whatever, and I was like, yeah. So I don't know if he's I don't know if he's on here much, but on our show, but thanks to him, he did a bunch. Hive had a lot. I had a couple people just do sent cash, and I ran because they couldn't do anything else. Like one of them was in Ireland, like was Ronan Con in Ireland. So I ran. A book that I donated. I gave that information out for that. Eric Hurd, thank you. He did some stuff, and he signed the backboards of his own variants. Nice. Drew from Wanted Comics, of course. Let me see. Robert Fordham gave up plenty of stuff. I'm trying to look in here. And yeah, Big Clutch sent some stuff. Whatnot Jack sent a bunch of stuff. A bunch of those a bunch of stuff that went really well.
Kirkham books, man, those went crazy.
DeVoe sent a bunch. Nate Gordon.
Holy fucking Christ!
Thanks, Doc Joe.
Doc Joe, much love, brother. Speaking, let's send him.
I'm also sorry about beating you at the auction.
Also, I want to send some much necessary healing to his way. He's feeling a little under the weather, so make sure you're eating that chicken noodle soup, preferably Campbell's soup. It might not taste that great, but it's got that like weird medicine in it, man, that always seems to work.
The gunk at the bottom of the can.
The gunk at the bottom of the can, yeah.
Yeah, got to give definitely a shout out to Adam at Strange Tales to Sell. He came with the Power Ranger signed book and a Black Panther 2 9.8.
Yeah, that was a big book.
I think that sold for like 700 or something, right?
Yeah, it's close to 8, I think.
Yeah.
And Steve, my Morgan Comics, so many people. I'm trying to go through this thing quickly.
There's a lot of books to buy, man. If you couldn't find something you like, you had a problem.
You know what?
All kinds of crazy stuff. Mr. Longshort. Aaron Easy Yee threw in some nice stuff. Sorry, I just hate leaving people out. There's not really a good way to sort through all this list, but everybody did get a packing slip, so you can pretty much see who donated if you won something. Who donated whatever it was. Ben from CBSI.
Look at us, an international.
Noah Burke. Wow,
So
we're getting pounds.
yeah, Early Birds Comics drops $17.99 in pounds. That is amazing. Yeah, really cool. It says, well done on 200. Remember listening when it was audio on CBSI. Come a long way since. Look forward to many more. Amen.
You were up either very late or very early, my friend. I guess we're gonna go with the very early.
Yeah. So another quick thing I want to talk about is something that's there's a couple things. Hopefully, if DeVoe comes on, we'll talk about something else, something similar to this, but something that's kind of blown up recently is we talked about this on the Hot 10 last Friday. Stein, I was hoping Stein was going to be on tonight too, but Stein,
he said he's coming.
Okay. We do the almost 10, which people are just absolutely going gaga for. It's probably one of the most complimented little segments on any of our shows, that and of course pickups and stuff like that. But people are loving the almost 10. They're tuning into the Hot 10 show just for that. And it's crazy. And this week on the almost 10, there was a book that has caused a bit of an uproar. And that book being, let me find this real quick. I'm going to change our branding. That book being this really weird air book that kind of showed up in a Walmart pack. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters #4. This had a lot of conversation behind it. What it is, what it could be, this and that. And multiple people have been finding this book. And we first heard about it from Blue Green Artifact. Shout out to Tony. He said he found this in one of his Walmart packs. And then I had Mike from MWK Direct hit me up. Let me go ahead and find this here real quick on let's see here. MWK Direct on YouTube. You can also find him on IG. He hit me up. And he said, yeah, I pulled one straight from a Walmart pack on one of my shows. So I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. Let's get this going.
Copyright strike. Here we go. God, wait, what?
And Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. This is strange. I would have to say this either is an error or it's a variant, because where's the picture? And it doesn't even say what number it is. So let me see. This is very strange. It doesn't even have on the first page the information of what book it is. Let me see the back on the barcode. This is odd. So I don't know if this is an error or what. There's no barcode on it. There's no information on the first page. Now I have been reading this series, so I'll look with my other books and see what is going on with that, because I have been reading it, but like off the top of the head, I can't tell if this is the first issue or not. But it does.
So that was really interesting to have him talk about that and hit me up about it, because a lot of he actually sold. So the one that we talked about on the Hot 10 was the book he sold. He actually put that book up on eBay, and I forget how much it sold for. I think $150 is what it sold for.
Strong.
And we were all trying to figure out what's going on with that book and that type of stuff, and couldn't find out any information. We thought maybe it's like one of the sketch covers where Diamond, before putting it in the Walmart packs, tore off the cover, but there's no barcode. So how it's maybe Diamond, that's why Diamond did it. I don't know. It's a lot of crazy stuff. And the crazy thing is that he has been getting a ton of hate from this stuff lately. He had multiple people.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
How can you fucking be mad at him?
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
He had two people recently since the show, at least since, his show and the Hot 10, go on eBay and report him as a scammer.
Oh,
even
Jesus Christ.
and so it's really weird. And he even sent me some of the messages and stuff, and these guys are complete assholes to him, like saying he's scamming this and scamming that. And he just pulled it out of a Walmart pack, and multiple people have hit me up saying they've pulled them out of Walmart packs too. So we don't know what's going on, what it is, if it's a sketchbook, if it's a store exclusive that they pulled the store exclusive cover off. A couple of people mentioned when we were talking about it in the Hot 10 that, you know, if they pulled the cover off, you might be able to see in between the staples a little bit of space in between the staples. I don't know if that's true. Sean might know a little bit more about that. But even people were really, just throwing a lot of hate, saying, "Oh, people are scamming." And I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. I'll say it proudly. I don't think this guy's scamming anybody. He opened up the Walmart pack live on camera and pulled it from there, and multiple people have done the same thing. So very interesting story. I would love to hear from other people. Shout out to everybody who hit me up for that. By the way, let's bring in a couple more people. Shout out to Dollar. What up, Dollar?
Yeah.
Paul's back.
Hey,
so
what up, guys?
Yeah, MWK is in the chat. Yeah, no problem, brother. Quick, let's give the show this guy some love. Go give him a sub, and
So,
make sure to follow him on IG.
Did anybody bother to look and see if that's what a fucking sketch cover looks like if you remove the sketch cover?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, kind of. So I have the symbiote Spider-Man #1 black,
Okay. Yeah.
which is like around the same. I mean, they're within months apart.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a brand new wrap, front and back, black and black. This is a part of the actual back cover. So, for instance, in the symbiote Spider-Man #1 I have, it's a full wrap. If you open up the blank cover on both sides, there's the back cover.
Yeah.
The one that Ben brought on, that's a black cover, like the blank, but on the back is an actual back cover, like when I open the symbiote Spider-Man. Can you kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I think it's a production error. I think
Nice.
that I can see it getting a green label, 9A green or whatever, 9 whatever green label, but
And you guys sold major like error
Dennis
books
is
or
saying
error
it's
books
an
for
error of a
major money?
retailer.
yeah, I sold 4 Winter Soldier ones with the Venom 9 pages.
Well, what about ones that are just straight up production errors that
Well, that would be a production error because it has 12.
well, but let me rephrase that aren't like fucking super mass across the field, but are just like
Right.
rando books that are like kind of fucked up, like, oh, they didn't use a color on this one, so I get a green label. Or
Well,
anybody done that?
so Thor #1, when Star Wars 1 came out with Charles Soule, I think, 2019, Kate's first issue of Thor, there was a 1 in 200, I think it was 1 in 200 blank, and there was like, I don't know how many, but not many. When you opened that blank, it was the Star Wars 1 cover. People sent that in and got graded, and it got a green label. So
MWK Direct said he didn't sell it yet. It's still for sale. So I apologize. I thought it sold. He's also saying that somebody sent him a website. MWK or Mike, can you go ahead and send that to me? That link to that website in your IG DM. That way I can bring it up and try and see what you're talking about. Supposedly somebody said that it comes from an exclusive retailer, and it's the guts of it. They pulled off the cover, which is weird because the back, like you were saying, the back cover is the correct back cover for that book.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So how did they get those two together? You know what I mean? Unless a print house did it, unless they have their own print house. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that back cover would fall off if you pulled off the front cover, the original front cover, unless they put an extra back cover on it. When they do certain exclusives, they put an extra back cover on it?
And no, the only one I've ever found with exclusives was that Carrie Andrews Immortal Hulk 1 I showed you guys in the chat, the double cover. So it's Carrie Andrews cover on the front for Immortal Hulk #1, and you open it up, and it's the actual cover of Immortal Hulk #1 and the back cover of Immortal Hulk #1. The cover, it was from Carrie Andrews and Unknown Comics, but every other one has the Carrie Andrews cover, and the back says Unknown Comics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. So the back cover has the store logo on it. So
Right.
that's yeah, that's interesting. All right, here we go. Buyer beware, alleged war of the bounty hunter. So this is what somebody had put up recently.
That's
Buyer
it right
beware,
there,
alleged
yeah.
war of the bounty hunter air variant, not what it seems. So let's see here. Yeah, so this was the front cover and the back cover, and this supposedly is the front cover from TFAW exclusive, and the back. There we go. So yeah, that looks like it. Here we go. There you are, guys. So I wonder why they tore the cover off of it. They probably tore the. Well, hold on. The back cover, when open, reveals a normal ad for the month, just like the Hulk Citizen Watch ad.
That
But it
doesn't
isn't
look
the
like a back
same.
cover. I've never seen
Yeah,
that
it's
on
a
the
different back cover.
I pressed a bunch of books during that time. I've never seen that back cover.
Well, if this is the case, that Diamond is ripping off covers from exclusives and throwing them and throwing the guts in Walmart packs, what do you guys think about that?
Well, remember Venom 27 with the first full codex, and then there was that 1 in 100 or 1 in 50 or whatever it was, John Boy Myers cover on the inside, and that went crazy for a while. It was up to like $900 on release. It was about a year, maybe a little more than a year and a half ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like how the hell did it came from Diamond, and it had John Boy Myers exclusive on the inside.
So this is the back cover of the one that we're all talking about. It's got a Citizen Hulk watch, and this
Yes.
back cover for this Tifa one is a Falcon and Winter Soldier. But maybe he's just showing. It says here the back cover when open reveals a normal ad for that month, just like the Hulk Citizen watch ad. So it's not. So that's just a. I don't know. Anyways, it's very interesting, and so I just wanted to bring that up and shout out to Mike.
Dennis.
That would be awesome if we could get a representative from that print house or Diamond or anybody who distributed that book to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, none of those pictures were a completely black cover except the one.
Right.
I couldn't read the small print below it.
Wow. Yeah. That's nuts.
So yeah, Alexa, what time is Walmart close?
Yeah, that's funny stuff.
I wish I could find comics at Walmart.
Yeah.
You want to rock the market report before I become a pumpkin at some point?
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 11 already.
All right, let's do it.
And especially if the West Coast guys join, I don't want to waste all their time. So
I'm going to go. So let's get into the market report for December.
have toys on this one or just mine?
2021.
Nope, you
Hold
got
on, let me
those.
do that again. Let's get into the. All right, let's do this again real quick, just for the clip. Let's get into the market report for December 6th, 2021. Here we go.
All right, since it's episode 200, you guys get to, just these were things that caught my eye. Some of them don't have any spec value. I just enjoyed them. This run of Planet Comics, there's probably 10 or 15 of them ended. It looked like maybe 5 o'clock this afternoon even. And some gorgeous covers. So I just felt like talking about them. Issue 44, nice looking condition. Great cover with the bubble. There was, like I said, there was 10 or 20 of them. I only picked the ones I really just thought were neat. This one with the test tube ladies. Gorgeous. I mean, really for nice condition on a black cover like that. I mean, I kind of wish I'd seen those.
That looks like it was printed this year.
Yeah, so
that's how nice that looks to me.
I didn't dig into them and look real hard, but they're nice looking copies for what they are. Some went really, really cheap, for a Monday afternoon auction.
Like that last book, let's say you send that to CGC, it's a 0.5 just because of whatever's happening beyond that picture. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, you got a hell of a nice looking 0.5.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah,
I assume they're completed. They wouldn't have got that money, but I mean, they're nice looking ones that ended at a weird time. So it's always good to catch the Monday auctions, and I didn't, but somebody got some good deals. So enjoy them for what they are. Speaking of errors, here's one I don't think I've ever seen or talked about. I don't know, maybe it's a common known one, but Deathmate Black without the black foil added. There's a white, right?
I've never seen that before.
But there's a Deathmate white, right?
No.
No? Okay,
Nope.
so it would stand out.
Yeah.
Okay, so something to keep your eye out for. I'd never been aware of that one. I've dug into the Deathmates because that weird. I think I talked about the orange one that was the insert to the Diamond magazine and all that stuff. But this was one I'd never seen before. So
I've been into that for years, and I didn't know that existed. I've loved Deathmate for years, and I didn't know that existed. So
yeah, it's wild. I tried to pull a lot of those oranges out of the diamonds without burning the spine, and I can't do it. So, all right, just pulled the Yelena because of the talk of her showing up. Looks like gained a little bit of heat again, but still, we'll wait and see what happens. I don't think that character's gone. Might be a good time to kind of keep eye on and think about buying. These next two of them I'm going to show. Looks like same seller had one that wasn't sealed for $750 and one that was sealed for $1,000.
Looks like two sealed right there.
Yeah, somebody had a bunch, and this is one we've talked about a few times. I'm like, I don't always want video game stuff, but this one's pretty badass. Did you get one, Paul? Am I making that up?
So I have just the hardcover,
just the book
that I think I paid much less than $750 for, but no bites. I don't know what I have it listed for right now. I'm just fishing, but yeah, it's out there. I just have just the hardcover, but yeah, I don't have the whole set. So
yeah, this is a cool little thing. It always amuses me, and I never think about looking for it, but man, I would buy one. I think.
What a weird picture. I just noticed he or she is in a hotel with. I mean, on the road making money, right?
Well, I mean, you can see this one shows them in the side, so I mean, it's all the same listing. It's wild. So I don't know. I thought I kind of wish I would have grabbed it, but sometimes look in hindsight, your dumb ass doesn't see the good stuff. Golden Age goodness. Green Lantern 1. Green Lantern early ones are tough. I mean, his first appearance is one of the toughest DCs to find. One of the rarest. Number 1 is still tough with this red one. And this is a restored with the front cover only with repo back cover. Still got to be $1,000.
Woo.
So those dang early Green Lanterns are tough. Kind of, I mean, not underappreciated. Just they're so disconnected. It's kind of like the Golden Age Flash. They don't get the money that the other characters that weren't retconned in the Silver Age get. So I don't know. I think someday it'll have its day. 9.8 Spider-Man 300 trended around 6K, down a little bit again after the movie.
Good thing Scott left.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Should have had it for Scotty. Too high. So it's bouncing back and forth between. Somebody let Stein in.
Oh,
welcome, sir.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Hey, buddy.
You will for a minute with the bald head. You never knew.
We thought we were hacked.
You missed Scotty. We had all 5 of us of the originals on camera for a minute. If you would have got your ass here earlier.
I still can't get internet. So,
from the
that's what you get for moving next to Nico.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Ozzy probably still wants to kill me for this one because this is one of the books he bought several years ago, and I'm like, why would you buy Amadeus Cho? That's just stupid. He sold it for a couple $100, and now almost $2,000.
Wow.
I still struggle with this particular book, but to each their own.
I just submitted 2 of them.
I just of the people that are going to appear, he feels far off still. But what do I know?
I wouldn't buy
just
that
not
cover.
Getting She-Hulk, and I think they could use She-Hulk for everything that they want to use him for. 9.6 Punisher. Looks 9.8. That gets you some extra money, I think. So
he would have got 1,200, but he left off the fire emojis.
Yes, he
Hey,
did.
I like putting emojis on there. It catches people's attention.
No,
I
totally
actually, I'm
agree.
gonna jump ahead because I put one on purely because the description, if I can find it.
So, can you go back to that Amazing Fantasy 15 real quick? Do you know the story of Doc Joe's deal with that book?
No.
Joe.
If I'm correct, Joe, you're gonna have to remind me. He had one of these, sold it to his friend. I think Evan, was it Evan that you sold it to? Somebody.
Oh, yeah, Preston graded it.
Evan or Jake? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
Jake. It was Jake. I
Yeah.
think it was Jake. Preston graded it and sold it back to Doc Joe. And how much extra did you pay for it? How much extra did you pay for it? He sold it back to him with a profit.
Oh, it was a 9.8.
Oh no, that's funny.
That would hurt me a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off track, so I'm gonna keep going through. But this one surprised me.
Joe.
These fantasy masterpieces, these these reprints. People are going for a 9.8 of this versus low grade of the original, or just wanting the cover. I don't know. This one and that Silver Surfer One Shot Volume 2 are kind of picking up pace. So almost $300 for a reprint's kind of impressive. Kind of goes along with that Punisher reprint, the Marvel's Tale we saw a few weeks ago. Zelda. This one's actually seems down a bit because I know Nico and I both sold raw probably 9.6 contenders for 400 plus at Baltimore. So I think this was over $1,000 at one point, but it is the second print.
Yeah, is the second print hurt it in this case?
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. And it depends on the book pretty much.
I don't know if it hurts it or helps it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Right?
Yeah, it depends. I think some of the older school people would go with that whole it's only worth something if it's first print kind of.
Yeah, but who's
mantra.
buying that book? It's people
forever.
like us.
Yeah.
This is a book for 30 to 40-year-olds, not a book for 60-year-olds.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more of a nostalgia book than a comic book. You know what I mean? Because it's for the nostalgia of the game. It's not for the nostalgia of the comic.
I guess.
So, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It confuses me. I still can't tell which one's which always, but I guess they're gonna say CGC label at second print. I'm gonna assume they're right.
Yeah, you can see it on there.
Spider-Man 365, the book of the day, creeping over 400. So, way to go, $20.99. Even though we all knew it was coming, and this cover's horrible, and it's a preview, but this preview we like versus some previews we don't. Kind of, we could throw in DC Presents 26 as a preview that people put a lot of money in. So, yeah. This one's for Nico. Nice Matrix 9.8. I meant to look at the census because a friend of the show said that there's a shit ton of them probably going to hit the census in 9.6, 9.8. But
I saw that trailer. I saw trailer number 2 today, and I don't know about the new movie. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't even figure what it's even about.
It's I don't know. It gave me hope, but took away as much hope as it gave me at the same time. So I don't know what to say. I just have to wait. We just have to wait and see.
I think it'll be better than the original sequels. It wouldn't take much for that.
Number 3.
All right.
Anyway, whatever. That's another podcast.
Little Hawkeye, the Aja variant, which is the more in demand versus the Savage. Savage, is that who it is? Savage?
Yeah. Even though I think, are they both 1 in 25 though?
I believe they are.
Savage. Okay.
I like the other one better. This one people like better. Either way, this one's a pretty book. $350 almost feels like some point it might be a great deal down the road the way things go.
I think with his vision, is
Yeah,
what
the
created
art
the
is-
series. It so sort of drives this cover. You know what I mean?
I agree. The other one's more visually interesting, but this one is the theme.
Yeah.
Daredevil. Really, it's staying flat. It's been floating in that 600-700, so it hasn't peaked up yet. Not to say it won't.
I think there's a newsstand listed for $3,000.
Oh, wow. That's its own thing.
Yeah, and I think some people are
9.8.
sinking their money into 10 and 11 instead of 9, which is probably hurting it going up.
Well, that's why when we divide our opinions on things, we can't ever get the money we
Buy them all.
It's all over the place. This is one I didn't actually know about, but when I saw an 8.5 go for almost over 250, a Resident Evil Marvel with inserts, first Resident Evil. Any of you guys familiar with this one? This feels like a McClay book.
Yeah, this is a special promo that they gave out. It's really, really tough to find at all, yet alone in decent condition. So I found 4 of them, and I look. This is one I'm going to give away one of my saved searches, which we never do. But this is one of my saved searches. I try to find this book as much as I can, and I was hoping if DeVoe is going to be on tonight, we could get into these because these video game books are starting to really, really shine again. And this one's tough, really, really tough.
Well, it's also got a new reiteration of the movies coming out and all that good stuff. So, I feel like you've talked about it, but I never remember about it, and I would never look for it. It's probably one that just never makes my hey, I should look at that while we're at a shop.
Well, you know, it's funny. I've had I had this is gonna sound shitty, but it is what it is. I had one and I was going to sell it in a Whatnot auction. And so I did my Whatnot auction preview and it was there. And Andy, Comic Man Andy hit me up and he's like, man, I've been looking for that forever. And I was like, well, you know, do you want a nice copy or do you want this copy? Because that copy was just trash. And he's like, well, I don't know, you know, so we haven't talked about it. So I pulled it just to see, you know, if he wants it because it is so rare. And yeah, it's a tough book. It's it's a
add
prelude.
it to your list, guys.
Yeah. So prelude to the original series, I guess. So they actually tied it into the rest of the series.
It always interests me which ones are valuable versus not. Like the Duke Nukem series is dirt cheap, and that was a huge franchise for a while. So I never know what's what and why one's rare or not rare or
so
got the
again,
following. Like Uncharted, you know, all of a sudden has been gaining.
Yeah, it is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. And so basically at the end of the story it says to be continued in the game, you know what I mean? So it's a prelude for the preview, you know,
So
for
it
the
predates
game.
the game is probably why it's got a little more juice.
Yep.
All right. Was it given away?
Yeah, it was a giveaway
with the game or pre-game?
To promote it. It was given away to promote it.
Huh.
Yeah, let me see if I can find what's going on with that.
So, see, we could nicely tie this into your almost 10 with the Injustice one you guys talked about the other day.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Trying to find some information on it. Yeah, it's a tough book. It's a really tough book, and I think it was given away as a promo for something.
Yeah, it's a promo, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, as a promo. I think it was given away before the game.
Isn't there something going on with Resident Evil movie franchise? Aren't they like
it's coming
rebooting it or
back.
something?
Yeah, there's a redo, reboot.
Yeah. What up, Yeezy?
Hey, not
Yeezy's
much.
on.
How are
Hey.
y'all?
What
What's
up?
So New Mutants 98, newsstand, 3K, or well, no, not quite 3K. Sorry, 26. So it's kind of bouncing up a bit, not nuclear again, but you know, this is one of those books that has some pretty big ebbs and flows. So I keep waiting for the right ebb, and I haven't got it. Freaking Thor, another one of those characters that doesn't have a clear cut appearance. We can all argue who's what's where, but this is the toughest of the group. You know, if you want to find a high grade one, good fucking luck. So a 9.2 is a beast. I've had as high as an 8.5, and that was a beast, I thought. So that's a hell of a sale for a character that is, you know.
I like that title description. Not CBCS 9.8.
Well, that's to catch the search engine for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. I picked up the Mexican version of this the other day, and at the bottom instead of him, it just says L. It's just amusing to see. All right. Nobody laughs. That's okay. This was the other one I grabbed because it wasn't emojis, but it goes Kirkman's True Baby, Invincible One. Robert Kirkman's True Baby. That's a great description. Why do we not have that more? So.
I'm just waiting to see the not Tyler Kirkham cover.
Put in Kirkham, all of them.
Yeah.
I like it. Another one for Nico, second print of the Hawkeye 9. He was a big fan of this one. I know he had a couple of the early 9.8s. It's must be picking up a few, but that's still a really solid price for that book. So
I don't know why. I thought that would be $1,000 by now.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm betting there have been enough that kind of show up. You know,
I mean that second print's so tough though. I just think
book.
I don't know. It's probably not as many people.
Given as much time
on
this
that
has been
printing as we
spec'd
are.
on, people have probably dug up a few more than there were.
I bet it would.
Somebody
if
feel
that
like
was
checking the
listed-
census. We would be an effective show.
Yeah, if that was like, I think if it was listed at like 800 or something, it still would have sold. You know,
Probably.
Right.
But, you know, auctions sneak by.
auction just got who knows.
I just realized I've picked a couple books from this guy because I just recognized the background from a minute ago. So
I bought a
somebody's
raw
gonna-
one not too long ago for like $65 in a very fine year mint condition off of Whatnot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Send it to Sean. Let him do some work on it.
Yeah.
This
Or
is a
Reddit.
cover I've seen before, but it just it is a cool cover with the combo of the Grim Reaper and the sports. I just kind of think it's it checks a lot of boxes. So if I had seen this, I'd probably pick it up at a con. Just a nice combo product.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know that existed.
That feels like that would be in your collection, Sean.
Yeah, that looks up my alley.
So, this one I had to grab because if you want the Harry Potter first appearance in Mystic 15, why would you not want it bound? Like it looks like a book from Harry Potter. $230. Somebody's probably spent more on it to get them bound at some point because that's a nice looking job. But I mean, really, I want mine to be bound like they're from Hogwarts. So, Young Avengers. This thing is going. One bid, sold fast. They're coming. I don't think we can argue that. Still don't love the 9.5, but you know, got to go with the originality that there are only so many of them.
What? Why 9.5? What? I don't understand that. Why they do that?
It was a special promo.
Yeah, it was a promo they did with the Wizrad, and so there's only I don't know how many books are there? How many different books? Like 10 or something? And they only I think they were 9.5s and 10s, and I
thought they were only 9.5s. Shit,
really?
10s?
I've seen this
maybe
pop up a few times.
Maybe I'm tripping.
I thought they were only 9.5s.
Yeah, there are only 9.5s that were done at that for this con and for this special thing.
Well,
Probably meant they didn't have to grade them actually.
Yeah, they did a special 9.5 for them.
Have people cracked these out to get 9.8s?
Yes. Yes. Like idiots.
Well, it seems like every 6 months or so, one of these 9.5s pops up onto the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I mean, you can argue either way. The 9.5s probably weren't really graded. Do you need the 9.8 to complete everything else, or do you want the 9.5 because it is? But weren't they all graded? Right. So
yeah, I think they were all graded.
Whether it's the 9.8 or the 9.5, they're still all out of that same print run.
Same print run, but you could get it raw.
Oh, you could. That's what. Okay, that's what I'm trying to clarify.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So then there's less than 285 of them. Probably. Because some dipshits have cracked them out, I'm sure.
This was from Long Beach Expo. Drew said he went to the show.
Yeah.
Why don't you have one, Sean?
That's
your stomping ground.
That's my stomping ground. It's the only con I've ever been to my whole life.
Wait, hold on. Eric Hurd said he picked up a 9.5 Secret War number 3 of 30 last week. Is that, you gotta be joking, right? I think they only did 9.5s for this.
Maybe there were other ones at the con that were in that.
I don't think so. That's weird.
Somebody Google or somebody.
No, there's
CBC
other.
9.5.
There are other books. There's an X-23 book. There's a I know there's an X-23 book. I can't remember which one.
So did they only do it at one show, or did they do it for a handful of shows during like a season?
Let me look.
All right, somebody clarify that, because I've only seen this one, so maybe it's the only one people give a shit about.
No, there were other books. I just can't remember.
All right, Ultimate Fallout 4 9.8 with a little bit of Miles rehype. This was pushing back towards the 3K. What do you got there, sir?
Go ahead and take that down real quick. So this is at My Slab Comics. Some guy named Medic AR says, these are some of the oddities from when CGC worked with Wizrad. They released graded 9.5s, a grade that CGC has not otherwise used, of Wizard World Convention exclusives. I pick them up when I find them for cheap. So there you go. So they did X-23 number 1, Ultimate X-Men number 50, Daredevil Father number 1, and then here are the rest of them here. Let's take a look. There's Daredevil Father number 1.
That looks good with the red.
Here's the other Daredevil Father number 1, which looks terrible without the red. Here's the Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 1.
Yeah.
And Secret War. Yeah, you're right. There you go. Great score, Eric. It's really, really nice. Yeah. That's a good one. Here's the
Issue
Ultimate
2's first Quake.
X-Men.
Nice. That's cool.
This Wolverine is a great cover.
Wow. We all learned something tonight, guys.
There you go.
What it's all about.
Pretty cool, yeah. We got more to learn. I got more coming up on that Resident Evil.
Okay. I got 2 more books to get through here. I have to show this one every time I see it. 2,600 is a pretty strong sale for a 2.5. It's been ECs are slow to creep up, but they always do. So, I mean, you could have got a 4 or 5 or thereabouts for this last year. So, slowly creeping up. And this one again is for Nico, and he's not freaking here. Coverless Mystery Men 1. I think he had one of these that was not coverless, but came back like a 0.5 or a 0.1, but complete. And I don't think he got this much for it, so I think he's going to be pissed. So, enjoy. It's a rare-ass book, though. First Blue Beetle.
Yeah. Here is that Resident Evil book again, and I'm going to drop a link in the chat here in a second, but there's a really good write-up specifically on this book where they talk about it. And basically, so they had talked to Marvel about maybe getting them some artwork for the cover of Resident Evil, right? And they got Bill Sienkiewicz, and this is kind of funny. One of the guys who was part of the project said, when we've got the final artwork from Bill S. from Marvel, Simone, who was, I guess, the project leader or something, was almost in tears. Even for Bill, it was not the cleanest image, and it definitely didn't look like the other game box art at the time. There was no way to really change it, so we just accepted it. But a lot of people at Capcom at the time were not super happy with that art. As the years go by, I like it more just because it's very unsettling and different from other games, which is actually perfect for Resident Evil. Needless to say, on her next Marvel project, Simone went with Joe Mad to do the artwork for the Marvel Superheroes fighting game. So if that never happened, we might have never got Joey Mad for the Marvel Superheroes fighting game. Much cleaner, definitely more Marvel style from Joey Mad. I think it was digital retouching done on Bill's work, but he definitely did those two pieces for us. So that's kind of crazy. So then the comic was supposed to be a prequel of the game. Obviously, we all know that. But where it came from is that same guy, Chris Kramer, says we received boxes and boxes of the comic after it was printed, which were given out at trade shows, sent to retail to use as pre-order incentives, or mailed to media and buyers to help build hype, etc. I know we shipped out tons to electronic boutiques to have distributed at their stores before GameStop bought the EB business. And I know that myself, Corey Tresder, and a few others were giving them out at the Capcom booth at Consumer Event in Dallas, which is really crazy. So I thought that was very interesting. Very, very cool book. Here is if anybody wants to see or read more about it, I'm going to go ahead and drop that into... It's a huge write-up on the whole thing.
While we were talking about that, Brian, our video game expert who's been long lost had made
Okay.
an appearance. No, that's not two bald Bens. That is the
That's right.
Danny
Right on top of each
Devoe
other.
that has been long lost.
Brian, was that one breath, by the way? It was like, dude.
I'm glad you're here, brother. Perfect timing on the right book.
Happy 200 shows, guys. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, thank you, brother. Stick around if you can till after this end of this market report, because I got some funny things I want to show you.
Sure.
All right, so let's get into the rest of the market report. So let me get down to here. Some toy things. This is a 1939 Superman toy that I thought was just really cool looking, and I think would be really cool to just own for the history. It sold for $4,000 on 2 bids.
Holy crap.
Yeah, just old school, super old school. From 1939, when the comic came out, he was even popular enough to have a toy. So this is an Estrella, a Brazil Estrella version 2 Snake Eyes. Super cool. Sold for $3,700.
I remember when nobody wanted those. The plastic was cheap.
Yep. I remember one of my first Christmases that I really have a big memory of is the Christmas that my best friend got this, and I was so jealous because this was the coolest toy at the time. This is the Jetfire Generation 1 Transformer, sold for $3,500 sealed, and they have a nice little acrylic case there. Here's the double telescoping Luke. 33 bids, $3,000. It's an AFA 85. Look how clean those loose figure cases for AFA look. They look damn good. Yeah. Ninja Turtles for Paul, who's not here. The sewer playset sold for $3,000. It's pretty cool that they kept it that long for that stuff. And this blew me away. This is a pennant, like sports pennants. And I guess in 1990 they must have had a touring Ninja Turtle band, right? And Donatello played the guitar, bro. So this is a pennant for that, and the pennant.
Well, that was after Turtles 2, right? When they played the band. Yeah.
I found my VHS tape of that of their tour, and like
Secret of the Ooze?
No, like it was a tour video of them playing live music.
Oh God.
Yeah. So because I think I was on the phone with Nico, he was like, he's talking about VHS tapes and all that. And I was like,
that's awesome.
I was like, oh, too bad it's not sealed anymore. Like it still had the saran wrap, but like the bottom's open. Because I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
So it's a concert video.
Yeah, it's a concert video with Vanilla Ice.
That'll be on the next market report. This is kind of cool. Old school Monsters toys from Remco, 1964. $1,000. I would buy those if I saw those. Those are super cool. All right. So Scotty was on the show. I always got to give him shit about being a Philadelphia fan, especially the Flyers. And this kind of blew me away. I thought it was the Eagles. It's the Jets. I apologize. I thought it was the Eagles, but who cares? This just goes to show you that 19 or starting lineups are selling for money now. This isn't even the first starting lineup year. 88 was the first year. I know 88 and 89 were like regional, so it's hard to get certain figures if you didn't live in that region. But this is an offensive lineman. Like, what the hell?
Wild.
Right? So anyways, an offensive lineman sold for $136. I've never even heard of Dave Cadigan.
Maybe
Anyways.
he bought his own.
Yeah, maybe. All right. This is interesting. Sonic the Hedgehog comic book packs. I didn't know about these. You guys know about these?
Nope. This feels like yours.
Right? $5.99 for these.
I've never seen Sonic ones. Yeah.
I wonder what the comics are. I wonder what the comics are. This is cool. All right. I always talk about these Jurassic Park figures. Jurassic Park figures and toys sell for a shit ton, like a lot. And it's surprising. And this is the Jurassic World Alpha Training Blue Dinosaur, sold for $415. Looks like some type of remote control something. I don't know.
You can train it with your hand. It's
there we go.
It was like, I think 2018.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I think it was like a $500 toy when it came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe even the old Jurassic Park shit sells for a ton. This next one, Transformers, the old school tapes. And I've never seen Slugfest and Overkill. I don't remember them. They look like little Dinobots. I thought that was pretty cool. 17 bids, almost $355. Still unopened. You can still see the price tag from old school store on top. I love those. I think it's cooler when the price tags are there.
Yeah.
All right. You guys remember this? The Centurions?
Yeah, I love Centurions.
Hell yeah, man. I remember these toys from when I was a kid. I remember getting the first one ever. I was so geeked out for this. $80 for old school Centurion loose action figure.
I had a Jake Rockwell, and my mother, she's driving down the street, and I fire the rocket out of the window. Totally ruined it for me. Driving back from Children's Palace.
Did you make her stop and go back and look for it? Did you go back and look for it the next day?
Every time we would drive past, I would always like look out for the rocket.
Yeah. Like you're gonna see it. All right, this is a G.I. Joe that you don't see very often. This is the vintage G.I. Joe Action Force rapid fire motorcycle with Quarrel. I think this is Cover Girl with a different reprint and a different body. It looks like it's weird. This is the British version of G.I. Joe, and I've never seen this figure.
Never,
ever,
never.
So, we were talking about this on some show the other day, the Mouser figures, and I don't remember these Mouser figures. I didn't know that and my brother was super into turtles. I got like 500 of the damn things in some tub in a closet somewhere. I don't remember the little Mouser figures. Do you guys?
From Turtles in Time, the video game. That's the only thing I really remember them from.
Man, that's crazy. $137 unpunched. So you get one little Mouser. I do remember when McFarlane put out the Max figure. Was it the Max figure? And they had the little figures with it that look like Mousers, kind of. I forget what the IDs or something. Scarlet. These are new. Did you know that they're putting out new retro G.I. Joe 3 3/4 figures?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Walmart that's selling
much?
this.
Yeah.
Walmart that's selling them, right?
I believe I saw some at Walmart. All I saw were Stalker and the Cobra Trooper.
Oh, there's a ton of Stalkers.
Yeah. And nobody likes Stalker.
Yeah, I think this is like they're on like their second or third wave now at this point, aren't they?
I had no clue. That's terrible. Well, look how much they're selling for. $70 for a Scarlet. It's nuts. For a new one. It's crazy to me.
People are nuts for everything these days, my friend.
Toy Biz Wrestler Spider-Man from Spider-Man 1 action figures. $255 on 21 bids. This is probably some Tobey Maguire fallout, right? Him showing
Are they
back
both
up.
Spider-Man or is one Randy?
So it's Spider-Man, and then you can put the disguise on him to make him look like
that's
that.
lame. Like if it was Buzzsaw, I'm in it. Chainsaw.
This is just the box, empty box from a vintage Boba Fett display, 12-inch figure, $325 on 33 bids. Just the box.
Wow. What year is that?
I'm not sure, but you know what? I've seen people list them as 79, which doesn't make sense. I think it's just they call them the 79 12 inches because that's when they started. But that is a great question for people in the chat. Let us know what year that Boba Fett came out.
We're talking to you, Dennis.
Yeah, and JJ if he's there. This one is one of my favorite Spawn covers, and like this was anytime there's like anybody hanging, it's super creepy, right? And this, I remember they did the cover, The Art of Spawn Toys, and I don't remember this figure being super rare, so it came out in '79. Wow, that's interesting. $202 for this. Was this rare? Was this super rare? This version of this, but
never even seen that before.
Yeah,
Spawn stuff never makes sense. So
yeah.
Completionist, man. Completionist.
Here we go. Vintage Ghostbusters Ghost Trap from the Ghostbusters animated series stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember this. My brother had this.
I had this too.
$203 on 20 bids. This is interesting. All right. So even if you have broken or just little parts of toys, you guys, it could bring money. This is just the battery cover for the Jawa Sandcrawler roller thing, that huge Sandcrawler. Just the battery cover sells for $130. And then this is just a weapon from Silverhawks. Sells for $75.
No.
How would you even know what that is?
That's what I'm saying. You just have to Google
Like it
search.
just looks like some kind of, well, like sex toy or something. I mean, like,
a molecular sex
most of
toy.
these sellers are probably like toy experts that just happen to get it in a bin.
And you know that was listed for like 2 years until I found like that one guy who needed it.
7 guys.
Just like Carter's going to pay for that missile someday.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to put Mercenaut, this is yours. I found it.
So we got 2 castles tonight. We've got the Gargoyle Castle playset. 31 bids, 680. That's pretty cool. I don't even remember that, but how about this? Castle Gray Skull complete loose sold for $886.
Jeez.
That's nuts. Wow. Is that about going rate, Carter? Do you know?
I'm not sure about loose.
Yeah, that's a lot,
but
man.
yeah, that's respectable for.
that's with $440 shipping too.
Exactly.
Get
Sounds
out of
off on
here.
this thing.
Look at that.
Sounds
Yeah.
off on this.
So there's
He'll knock off $10.
yeah.
Is that coming? Is that coming from Eternia?
Maybe it's international.
You got to sign for it. All that comes on the freight pallet.
Nico bailed out again early, so I can't talk about his favorite Talk Boy, the Talk Boy Junior. We had the Talk Boy last week. Here's the Talk Boy Junior, $202 on 9 bids, unopened. All right, this is cool. So this is the Power of the Force or the Superpowers Batman. Was it Superpowers? Yeah, Superpowers Batman. But they recolored him to look like the Keaton Batman and sold it for Batman toys in Brazil under Estrella. So just like the Superman figure that they recolored as the Riddler, they did something similar with this Batman figure, and it sells for a ton. $276 loose, 27 bids. And then here is a loose Toy Biz Spider-Man 2 action figure of Doc Ock. $132.50, 43 bids. I guess this one may be some special variant because it says bendy wire tentacle version. So it might be probably was the early ones they put out, and those maybe broke, so they fixed them. That type of deal, which is interesting.
Yeah, I can
all right.
imagine that being a bitch of a toy to keep together.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through. I got a couple more here. So I got some really cool Transformer stuff. This is original Transformers from Japan. This is the original Optimus Prime Diaclone Battle Convoy. $15,000 on 75 bids.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look how cool this is. Right? Yeah, sold for a ton. So that was cool. All right, let me get through some of these rest of these ones. So this is another one that sold. There was a bunch of these that sold. This one is the Train Robo. So where they put them all together before. I remember the Transformers. I thought the Constructicons were the first one. Am I wrong about that? That you could put together like Voltron and shit. But this is way before. I don't remember the train Transformers. So there's a Transformers Voltron type Constructicon figure, $3,350 on 26 bids.
This is probably a stupid question, but do you think toys like that nobody has any idea what they are, if they're easy to forge?
Great question. Yeah, I bet you they are.
Well, especially with 3D printers now.
Yeah, that's a great question. This one's cool. I've never even heard of LG Mysteries of the Universe playsets, but this is the UFO playset. It's got a bunch of UFOs and little aliens, and it sold for $300 or $250. I thought that was interesting. I've never seen that. This is kind of cool. And I've never seen this. Halo Master Chief action figure. It says medium jersey control Xbox bundle, and it's got a figure in it. It's got a controller and a jersey that says Master Chief. That's a Lakers jersey. I don't know if it just came out or what, but it sells for a grip. Sold for $835 on 5 bids.
Weird. That's really weird.
Yeah. Yep. So there's that. If there's any of you guys out there on that side of the world, maybe look for that stuff. This is a really cool. Here you go, Z. This is a really cool Transformer. You can get your kid. This is robots or this is the Skybite, 2001 Skybite. Look how cool that looks. I thought that just looked really cool. Shark Beast Wars type figure Transformers. $150 on 42 bids on that one. I tell you guys about Battle Beasts. Battle Beasts sell. This lot sold. Some of them have no arms. There's a couple of army ants in there. I don't know what that is, but it has the greatest one ever, the bat, but it doesn't have his hook arm. So these are just trash. Look at all these. They're trash. But the weapons are big money, I think. And this sold for $200 on 19 bids, which is bonkers.
Yeah. Those used to, they're technically Transformers.
Really?
Well, they were in Japan. They're actually part of the Transformers show.
Wow.
And they were actually released in Japan with the Transformers logo, which is where those little, the heat sensor squares, those used to be Decepticon and Autobot icons. And then when Hasbro brought the line over to the US, they didn't want them to be part of the Transformer line, so they did this little, the little heat sensor sticker on them and changed the name and took away all the Transformer references.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But like in Japan, they have shows with the Battle Beasts, riding along with the Transformers. So yeah,
I love these
kind of unofficial Transformer.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I love these things as a kid. These things are so much fun. Here's something that I talk about all the time that I can't believe it sold for as little of this. I've seen it sell for a crap ton. The famous Spider Hulk, one of my favorite action figures ever made. Super, super hard to find. I actually looked for this on the peg when I bought mine. It was so hard to find, and I finally found one, and of course I opened it and put it on a shelf and shit. Super cool. I always loved the Spider-Hulk character, and this action figure was just such a great sculpt, and it had you could pose it in a bunch of cool ways. It sells for a grip loose, and this is what it usually sells for loose. So I think this person got a pretty good deal. Yeah, got a pretty good deal on that. All right, this is we're almost here at the end here. A couple card things. We've got the Fortnite Strikes Back. This is Series 1 Black Knight, not even graded, loose. Crystal Shard Legendary outfit sold for $17,877 on 40 bids.
Why?
It's
Why not bother with comics?
It's because the skin is one of the most legendary skins in Fortnite. So the only way you could get that skin was if you played at the very beginning. I want to say it was like season 1, like the second round. They only put it up for like 2 days, and then it was gone. And then it was gone forever. They've released some version of it since, but to get that original one, you had to have that. Like that card was one of the only ways to get it. So hopefully no one downloaded it.
That is amazing.
Okay, so all right. So that card does it come with a code? Does it have a code?
It should have a code. It should have a code on it.
It's crazy. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's crazy.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just a card.
Yeah, it's just a card. Yeah.
But he's one of the most legendary skins. So
you can see so it must be, I don't know if a black is a 101 or because it says it's the black shard version. They have different types, just like they have refractors. You could see the shards. So it might be like a 1 of 1, or maybe like they only made 50 of the black shard version, but almost $18,000. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money.
Can't even put it in top loader.
Yeah, right. Right. All right, so we'll end it off on this one. This one's kind of a funny one. Not much you can say about this. People are crazy.
Oh wow.
Gem Mint 10, baby. You think they paid $150 to get that graded? Sold it on Probstein to get the 20%. Almost $9,000 for the auto. Geez, Louise, that is absolutely bonkers. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the market.
2012?
Yeah, 2012. 2012 this came out before he was president. So there you go.
I saw on Instagram somebody just pulled a new one. I don't remember the name of the pack. I might be able to find it here. So somebody pulled the new 101 Trump auto. It was my friend's LCS, so he sent a picture.
Wow. Yeah, rookie.
Well, there's also
there's
a Playboy
an older one. Yeah,
there's a Playboy card like where Trump's on there, where it's like one of his one of those Playboy covers. Yeah, it's like a gold foil or whatever.
Yeah, he was in another card set way before this too. But there you go, you guys. That is the market report. Oh.
Was he topless in that one?
Yeah. Matt DeVoe, cover price extraordinaire. Thank you for showing up, brother.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys.
How you been?
It's fine. It's finally cool to see you in person. Like I've seen you in the chat all the time, but didn't have a face to associate.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice to. I'm big fans of everything that you guys do, so it's fun to chat and join in on one of them for a second, I guess. Yeah. I see Sean frequently, as much as we can every now and then.
Yeah, I don't live close anymore.
We were supposed to. I know we were supposed to do LA Comic Con, but it is kind of a drive for that one.
And I was still shipping.
Yeah,
like I seriously still shipping all that stuff from the auction.
I mean, you didn't miss much. I mean, some of these shows, it's hit or miss. You got to have the right vendors to find decent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Digging wasn't great.
Really? Did you dig a lot, or just check out the walls, or?
The walls are overpriced. as always.
Yeah.
You know, there was one vendor that I know. He actually goes to a Long Beach antique market too. He had every book I've ever wanted, but probably double market. So it was like, you know, it made more sense to buy it on eBay if you really wanted it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like he did, you know, there were a couple deals. I think I had. This is my LA Comic Con stash here. There was one cool find that was this Ghostbuster book is really hard to find.
Hold on, let me throw you up there. That's a cool cover.
It's got what is her name?
Yeah,
Gozer.
Gozer. And then this that was only $10, and then this music one. I know Ben's talked about this in the past, but you know it's
that was really hard to find.
He's coming
I forget
back.
what album that references. Do you guys?
That's a Rush. It's a Rush album, I believe.
So that was like $20. Yeah,
that's a good find.
Those were probably the good finds. And then some guy had like 4 Daredevil 11s. You know.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, yeah, grab those. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Hey, those Ghostbusters, were those retail incentive variants or what? Were they sub covers?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were like 1 in 10s, 1 in 15s. But no one was ordering Ghostbusters. I think like my LCS was ordering 1 for a full customer for probably like 8 years. And so, I mean, IDW is packed full of rare books, packed, because, you know, they do all these weird ratios and a lot of their, especially those licensed books, they're constantly under ordered. I mean, you saw it with Cobra Kai, right? Like Cobra Kai was a book that no one ordered, and then when the show got hot, you know, it got expensive because they were hard to find. That's exactly how those Ghostbuster books. I mean, there's rare ones, and like, I know the what is the Al Pacino Ghostbuster book, the Taxi Driver one.
Oh yeah,
that's like the most expensive one, right? But there's books way rarer than that. And you know, like, you just don't even know about them because you've never seen them. You know?
Yeah, because you can't look them up.
You can't look them up. Yeah.
I found one at a garage sale for Lock and Key, like one of the subtitles or whatever, and it was a retailer incentive, and I found one eBay listing that was like active for it, and I was like, okay, for $1, like, and you know, it could potentially sell for 100.
And when we talk about like rare books, it almost sucks to find a super rare book that's like ultra rare that only has like 1 or 2 copies out on the market, because no one knows what the value is. So you don't get enough, or you don't even find a buyer for it. Right. You need those books that constantly float out to the market every now and then. Those are the books that seem to trend, you know, that are hard to find but still accessible, because they set a marker in the market. It's hard for some of these weird books to really take off, even though they're super rare.
You just lay and pray.
Well, speaking of that, have you noticed lately how crazy people are going for this book again?
Oh, I haven't paid attention to it. I have my copy.
Oh boy, this thing is starting to pick up. I've seen probably
You finally got one?
5 or 6 posts on IG about this.
I got one in 2014.
Oh.
And it's one book I'll never let go.
Is yours signed also?
No.
So mine signed, says the same thing, like woohoo or we did it, Warren Spector. And I would rather have the one that's not signed. So I think you got lucky.
But this is like a perfect example, because like, even for like Boom Books, you know, that was a 500 print run. And they were $10 at San Diego Comic Con. Like, what
they were
year
$10
was that?
on Midtown.
2012? What year was that Comic Con exclusive?
Yeah, 2011.
2011 was like the gold year for like variants. 2011 to 2013 was just like magic for variants, because I don't know if people weren't buying them, or, you know, some of the rare stuff came out of those time frames. Definitely. But I mean, 500 print run should still be present, you would think, you know, 10 years later. But it really makes me look at print runs today. When you see anything around 500, will this happen to, books 10 years from now? I mean, there's print runs that are, in the 50s and 100.
Yeah, I don't know what to think with some of the store variants, because there's just so many of them. We get inundated, and when you're at a con or something, that's not, unless it's that store, that's not what you're seeing on walls or anything.
Sure.
And but they're gonna be in back bin someday when people are gonna be like, what the hell is this Virgin variant? Some badass
there will be a hand, out of all those store variants that are out there, there are going to be a ton that are going to be worth tons of money because they've gone straight into collections. People who want to sell pushed them off immediately when they got them, which got into collectors' hands. Then they dry up, and again they become things of legend, and people forget that it was that people got sick of them, right? That's going to go away in 10 years. It's not going to matter. People are just going to want a cool cover. That, I'm sure people didn't stop and pick this up at the convention, which is probably why it landed back on Midtown.
Yeah. The only ones, it's funny because if you got it at the con, I think he signed the books at the con and was handing them out the con. So whatever left were probably the lucky ones that they just, like you said, just put on Midtown. And I think those people and whoever said, hey, I don't want to get it signed, that type of deal, to me were the lucky ones. I would just much rather have this not
what
signed.
I like about that book is it's a homage, but it's such a clean, because it's a straight homage of itself, right? It has the actual box art, and that's why it's kind of, I think it's kind of special.
Well, the cool thing also is I will say that at least the cool thing is the guy who did sign them was Warren Spector, I believe his name was. He created the Atari game shell that became the famous Nintendo game shell that we all know to this day.
Sure.
So
now, would you have wanted that signature? I wouldn't have. I
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did write. He helped them write the story.
Sure.
So I mean, there's that. But you're right. You're 100% right. I don't want the signature because that's one of the problems that a lot of people complain is that they send this book to CGC and it's gonna come back green. I sent it to CBCS. They sent it right back to me. They didn't even grade it. They're like,
well, have you taken out that book? The cover is weird. The cover feels like it was tacked on after the fact. It definitely wasn't printed with it. It's a really thin paper quality too. So it's one of those books. I wouldn't say it's easy to forge, but it's definitely one of those where I looked at it and thought it was a forgery because it was so weirdly put together. But it's just how that book is.
Yeah, I've never felt one.
It's crazy.
I've never had my hands, so I don't know the paper deal. I remember. I think it's maybe when we met at the LCS, Matt, and I was like, "There's one on my comic shop," and it was sitting there for very fine or something, sitting there for about $150 for the longest time. And I was like, yeah, right. I'll find this thing for $10. Nope, that was 9 years ago.
I have a CGC case that I perfectly cracked open. There were no splits of any kind. So I put that into it. It has no label or anything. It's sitting in a completely clear CGC case.
Nice.
Yeah. Mine has a couple really nice spine dents that.
Yeah, mine does too. It's probably an 8.5 at best.
Yeah. And and like you said, because the quality is so I don't know, lesser or what it is, it's hard to get a high grade, and they were just handed out. And I'm sure not a lot of people kept them and put them in a bag and board, or probably some of them got thrown away.
And then there's variants for this issue too that have also gone up in price. There's a Virgin variant with the entire cast on it. That book is getting up there, and that's a variant in for the same issue.
Yeah, the incentive variant is probably one of my favorite covers ever. But I still haven't found the or that's the Darkwing Duck. I'm sorry, wrong
Oh
book. Wrong
yeah.
book. I'm
Let's
getting
see
them
if
all
I can-
confused.
I'll try and
Darkwing's
find
good.
these here. See some of those images.
I wish they would do a new one. Like
Yeah.
a new,
Wasn't there talk about them doing one for a while? That's a cool book.
that
I
one
thought
is
they
cool.
were relaunching the series, right, on Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah, sure. Well, the what was it, 2018 when that series right there, those profile or those design variants did pretty well for a while.
Yeah.
Like the first three, that Scrooge one that's down on the bottom there, that one did really well. And some of those Disney variants, like from the IDW series, those variants are incredibly tough to find. The ones that are on the rides throughout the parks. Have you guys seen those before? They're
No.
really, really tough to find. So they're for like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, DuckTales. Was it DuckTales? No, there was like, I think Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, was it Scrooge? For every issue, if the hard to find variant, I think they were like 1 in 25s. Each of them featured a ride at a Disney park. So it'd be like Haunted Mansion. It'd be one with the Hatbox Ghost, and one's like on Small World. Those are incredibly tough to find, but they don't go for much because a lot of people don't know about them.
Well, and then
here's a
Disney
bunch of-
collectors just like hold on to their stuff too. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
just
top right
yeah.
one there. Yep.
Yeah, that's
one
awesome. A great cover.
Yeah, it gets overlooked. People get distracted by the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny on some of those. It's so hard because you're kind of waiting for that right buyer to get your price. Because I have had some of these rare variants, and then but I don't even bother to grade them when I should, because I'm just like, I'm having that tough. I'm not like the NYCC Duck Night and stuff like that. Hey, how long is it going to take me to find a taker on a 9.6 or 9.8 or something like that?
Sure.
For what my dumbass thinks it's worth. You know what I mean? So some of them I'm just like, it's like it's almost too rare to grade some of this stuff. I know that doesn't quite make sense, but I think we're looking at just a little bit of different type of audience with these books.
Right. Yeah. Disney is a whole different class of folk.
Yep. It's a cult. It's a cult.
Never liked Disney growing up.
Really?
No?
Never gave a shit. Nope. All about Looney Tunes.
You didn't even like the
I
teacups?
thought, oh hell, I thought Disney was always hokey. Because like for me, I always liked action. Either it had to be really funny, or it had to be action packed. And Disney was neither of those things.
You have to watch it in the right state of mind.
Yeah, I didn't watch Disney either. I know some people are like legit Disney. My wife's family is like a Disney family, right? Like your passes and all that, and just go to Disneyland constantly, and they just know, like, just don't even invite Uncle Sean. He's cool. If you're going on a random Tuesday morning, maybe I'll consider it. But if you think you're getting me to Disneyland on a weekend, and same with the movies, I don't care. I have friends who can like sing all the movies and stuff, and I just never gave a shit.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Shout out to Spine Ticks host Sith Lordley, who is one of those Disney people, man. Getting married there and shit. Just got married at Disneyland or something. Yeah, Disney fairy tale wedding.
Wow.
So shout out to Sith Lordley. Sith Lordley killing it, man. He's killing it over
That
there.
is not cheap either. That's
I can't even imagine what that would cost. It costs $200 to get in now.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, him and his wife is, and him are just huge Disney people, cultists, and they're loving it. So congrats to them. getting married at Disneyland. Have you heard
I
about
know.
those people that live there?
There are people that live there.
Yeah, there's like apartments or condos that you can get at Disneyland, and they're like super expensive, and you can rent them for as long as you want, and you can live on Disneyland.
Do those people also work there? No, I'm just joking.
No, those people that work there, man, they hate life.
Yeah. I was about to say they probably couldn't afford to live there.
Yeah, they hate it, man. So here we go. Uniform 13 Sith Breeze Disney, $50K a year at least. Wow, man. Wow. Uniform was asking us about Animal Castle. We talked about that Animal Castle issue early on. We saw that it was selling for above $100 on that 1 in 30, which is absolutely crazy. So check out Animal Castle, you guys.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was on our top 10 this week.
Yeah, man. That book is going nuts and tough to find, supposedly, that 1 in 30. Just a really tough to find book. So let's talk a little bit about Cover Price. How's everything going, man? You've been really kicking ass lately.
It's going really well. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, to the point where I quit my job in October to do it full time. Like my partner had been doing it full time for a couple of years, but it was waiting to get to a point where I could afford to do it. And yeah, this year was the time. So it was. And it's been super busy. It's been nonstop, so it's been good.
That's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, every month is better than the next, and we're just trying to keep fine tuning things and fine tuning our algorithms, making updates to the collection side and to the prices, and just every day is a better site than it was the day before. Is what I usually say. Because we're constantly trying to push things and trying to get to a point where we're the new verb than GPA, right? That's where we want to get to that point. But right now, we have some big updates come in January. So I think that's going to be fun. Like we've been testing out breaking down raws into a price tier or a graded but bucketing it by grade. So it's no longer just one price for a fair market value. It'll be broken down to like near mint, VF and VG, and so you actually see what the price is for that actual grade.
Can you explain to people a little bit without, I don't know if you could talk in depth about it, but like how you're getting those prices and where you're pulling from, and I mean, type of places, is there anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, we can't say specifically, they're obvious, but like it's like something in the rules where I don't know, we can't say it out loud, but it's obvious.
Yeah.
But it's pulled from a bunch of sources, right? It's aggregated into one thing, which is why like people want to see where the sales came from, but it's like for some reason we're not allowed to show it. But I think we're trying to figure out a way to do it. So we pull in a bunch of different sites. It's aggregated into our site, and then the fair market is pulled from like the past 3 sales, so it's it always stays current. So if there's some weird sale, it's eventually pushed out pretty quickly by the other sales that come in.
Are you are you looking at newer places? I mean, if some new site or new place where you can aggregate this data from, are you trying to grab those too? Like if something new pops up.
We're talking to a lot of people. Like a lot of the newer sites, we're definitely talking to them. I know like places like Whatnot, I don't think they have an API or save their sales. So I don't know if that stuff can even be grabbed.
And that's what I was getting at, because basically, we're seeing such a we've seen in the last 2 years such a jump in secondary comic sales and stuff. And I mean, there's all these new places that are just throwing data at you. And
we have to be careful of where we bring in sales. For example, like a place like Whatnot, a book that sells for $10 on eBay, because bidding gets out of hand, could go for $30 on Whatnot just because people get wrapped up in the bid. And then is that book worth $30? No, it's still worth only 10.
Exactly.
But so we have to be
And
careful
vice versa.
and vice versa. Yeah.
Well-
So we have to be careful of where like we very early on we talked about bringing in sales from Midtown, but that seems stupid because it would all be cover price sales, which would essentially deteriorate the actual
Yes.
value. So we didn't do that.
Have you looked into short boxed who's doing those, just selling
Yeah,
slab
we
books?
we actually just partnered with them for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We gave a Uncanny X-Men 510 SS Campbell book away, a 9.8.
Wow.
So they
It's a nice
donated
book.
that. Yeah, and then we gave away on our end, we gave a Mandalorian helmet, a Hot Toys Miles Morales, which is like a $300 figure. I don't know if you've seen this thing, but it's
Is that
awesome.
the DJ one?
No, it has a little cat. It's the video game one, so he has a little cat in his backpack, and he has a little scarf, and you can feel like the costume is all. You can feel the texture of his suit. It's really cool. We gave away the Poltergeist and the Blair Witch Stray Dogs, and then we also did a Something's Killing the Children Freeze on 9.8.
Wow.
So yeah, it was $1,800 worth of stuff. So it was pretty crazy. I think in the past 2 months we've given away $6,000 worth of product. So it's been kind of nuts.
You've been really helping out the girls over at Comic Book Women. I want to say thank you for that, man. And
their show's great. It's one
Yeah.
of a kind, I think it's special, right? And once they find, they keep finding their groove, and they keep finding their rhythm, and they're only going to get better. So
yeah.
It was.
And they're. Yeah, go ahead, you.
I was just gonna say it was a ton of fun, like filling in for Laura to host that show. Like,
Did you have to wear a wig?
I didn't. They're like everyone's like,
You should
they're
have.
like, why aren't you in a dress or something like that? And I was like,
Right,
kind of like,
right.
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens when Laura hosts Dealer Flipside, if she'll wear a suit or not,
There
or
we
a
go.
Vanna White dress or something like that.
That's right.
No,
they do a
their
great
market
job.
reports are great. I think it's what they're doing over there was an idea that we wanted to do on this show originally, to try and have like those type of things where you key in on one character or one group, and they've just been doing it so well that I'm super proud of what they're doing. I try to push as many people over there as I can, and the girls are doing a great job on their own site. So make sure you guys go check out Nearing Nirvana too.
Absolutely.
One thing that we definitely wanted to talk to you about, other than cover price, is
Sure.
and I'm just bringing it up real quick, is because you kind of talked about it a little bit, was the Into the Spider-Man trailer, which I'm just going to kind of play in the background as we talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I mean, I love it. You saw the Spider-Man India things built in there, right?
Yeah, which was amazing. I'm going to actually try to find that. Here we go.
Well,
I think
when they pop in, there's a a mandala pops up in the top right, and you can hear the music where it's more Indian, and all the Hindi words pop up, and then you
Yeah.
see in that lane right there in Miguel's world that it's all in Spanish. It's pretty.
yeah, they did such a good job with this part right here.
Yeah.
Just really kill it. When we watched this originally on one of the shows, and this part right here was by far the part where we all were just like, oh my god, there you go, right there, right? It's starting to happen. Maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, this movie is going to blow you away. I mean, there's so much in it. There's so much in it. So much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2099 books have gone crazy.
I'm
They
pretty excited.
were in our top 1 and 2 this week. What was crazy about it? Well, let me see if I can pull the numbers. Because our top 10. I always give props to Ben, because our top 10 is run just automatically. Like, the system compiles it together based off what everyone's buying. And it compiles it into a list, and then we push it live. I always give props to Ben because they're always so close. There's always like 3 or 4 or 5 books that Ben put on his top 10, right? that are on there. So it's like man versus machine.
Nice.
But what was crazy to me was so Amazing Spider-Man 365, which I don't like 365. I like Spider-Man 2099 one better. I don't like preview books. But where did that number go? That's just me. In 2 days, it sold 189 books.
Oh, wow.
100. That's like a hot book usually does about in the aftermarket, roughly 30. 30 to 40 is a really hot book. 189 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 365 sold in just 2 days. Spider-Man 2099 sold 183 books in 2 days. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Just absolutely nuts. Just blew me away. Like, Animal Castle was hot, right? Sold 47 copies. And that's pretty typical for a super hot book. But just people went crazy for 2099. And what's funny is that we all knew it was like he was in the last film. Like, everyone knew he was coming. You knew the film was coming up close. Like, everyone had plenty of time to buy a 2099 book. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
But it's so funny how this market only moves when they finally see it. And it's fascinating to me where, like, I would not have guessed that it would have sold 186 copies. Like, for example, like Recount was on a runner-up this week. And that sold 13 copies. And that was after it got news of option.
Yeah, there's a newsstand to that, to both those books, right? 2099 one and 365.
Yes. Yeah. There's a newsstand of both. And then 2099 has the famous Toy Biz second print, which I think we were talking about that in the chat.
Yeah.
That's such a tough 9.8. It's a tough 9.6.
Yeah, I've got a couple of 2099 9/8s, I think. And when they're sitting at like $100 or whatever, up until pretty recently, I was all, there's absolutely no point in selling this right now.
No.
You know what I mean? This is the most obvious book that's going to double or triple. So I think they're probably $250 or something now.
There's the rarest book for 2099 is the Australian price one. The last time we've seen a sale for that was 2019, November 2019 for $40. And we've never seen it pop up since.
Oh, wow.
And the only difference is it has a different price box as the newsstand logo. It's instead of $1.99, it says $2.65.
Well, here's the gauntlet that everybody talks about. This book right here.
Yeah.
And it's funny because this book always reminds me of you, man. This and the Scrooge book always reminds me of DeVoe. And do you have?
It's my favorite book. I have a copy, but a 9.4. Like, and that was a copy that I bought. I bought with the figure in it, and then I opened it up, and Sean pressed it for me, and it got. Actually, a 9.4 was better than what I was expecting. I thought it was a 9.0.
That's a cardstock cover. How do you?
Yeah.
Press
No,
it?
it's not.
No,
It's not a cardstock.
It's not.
No,
It's plasticky. Yeah. It's hard. It's still hard to. It's hard to press, but it's not cardstock. It's like it's a little thicker, and I don't know. I should probably know a better term for this, but like it's not glossy, but it's like it's slick, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, there's no gloss, but it's.
I almost think it's kind of matte. It's like a matte finish.
But a little more.
But it shows every single ding. It's a really tough book.
Yeah, it's a tough line. Plus, I mean, just getting them out of the package.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad I
was
gonna say real quick. Yeah, I had a chance to buy like a water damaged one, and I was like, well, maybe I could press or send it to someone to press. I'm kind of glad I passed on it now after hearing all of it.
I mean, to me, raws are still reasonable. I mean, they're selling for about 200. Oh, there you go.
So these things have been falling in my lap for years, man. I've got 3 of them now. I've had 5 of them at one point.
Yikes.
and you just get lucky. I get lucky with them. It still has the KB Toys sticker on this one.
Nice.
But as you
So
guys
what
can
camp
see,
are you? What camp are you in? Do you leave it as a figure, or do you want to put it in a slab?
I would love to have it in a slab, but because you know how bad it is to the condition on these things is just so
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. That copy looks pretty clean though. If it looks okay and you can doctor that thing out, you're gonna have to get a scalpel and
yeah, you can
surgically remove that thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, you'd have to almost hit it with like a flashlight, maybe magnifying glass.
Yeah.
To try to not be surprised
it's
on the
crushed.
front of it.
It's crushed in. So these are always crushed in two spots, right here, and then right here, and then inside, right by his arm. There's always two big dings in it, and you can see mine has the one right here. You can feel it. You know what I mean?
And
where
sometimes
it's crushed.
the figure puts a little bit of a dent into it.
Yeah.
Dependent on how it was stored.
And look where that bottom corner sits. It's like round. It's like you see where it's completely round, and so that can cause a ding right there, right at that corner.
So I picked one up on OfferUp one year. It was loose, and I saw it on OfferUp, and I paid $10 for it, and I went and picked it up, and it was some young kid, and he had and it was trashed when he handed it to me. It was trashed, and I was like, fuck. And somebody bought something for me off eBay, and I took a little too long to send it to him, so I just put it in there as a freebie, like an idiot, because even in bad condition,
freebie.
yeah, they're like freaking crazy. But you can get lucky finding it, on OfferUps and Craigslist and stuff, because from little kids that had the toys.
And they're out there. They're definitely out there. It's just in old toy stores. Like if they have storage, they're definitely somewhere, right? Because people pack those up, stuff it away. The book that I'm jealous that you have was that super clean Nintendo Power you showed me a few years ago. That's the book I think that I wake up at night and I think about. Because do you know how crazy that book has gone in over the past 2 years?
Yeah,
like the last version, just the free poster version, a 7.5 sold for $1,200.
Wow.
For a Nintendo Power One. I mean, it's insane.
We had that on we talked about one that sold recently for the free sample copy one.
Yeah,
there was one that sold really big recently. I forget. You should.
It
have the
was
data.
a 5.5 for $850.
Yeah, and then there was another one that was that they put up that just. Anyways, that book, and I forgot how that book was given out, because I always get it mixed up with the San Diego Comic-Con Wizrad one, right, where they handed it out San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think, they gave the free sample copies away in San Diego. No, they didn't.
They mailed them out only to
Yeah.
like the Nintendo fan club members as a free sample one to test it out, and then they just did. I think it was like 15. I forget what the number was, but it was small. And then the rest was just the poster version.
Yeah. Can you tell to everybody what the what they were sending it out with? Because wasn't there like a mailer that they would send out that was like Nintendo Power before Nintendo Power, right?
No, it was just like when they launched it, they sent the Nintendo fan club members just this first issue for free. It was a free sample sent to the Fun Club subscribers. It was the predecessor to the Nintendo fan club. So it was really small, and I forget what year was this. It was 88. So Nintendo came out in 85. So it was like 3 years later. It's kind of late to start the fan club, but it was labeled as the premiere issue, and then it was only 18 pages, and then the full version had a few extra pages. But that was it. I don't even think there was a letter, because it was just shrink wrapped and sent to. I have one of those. I have the free sample version. But mine's like I need to get it graded, but I think it's probably an 8.5.
Yeah, that's what mine. I couldn't believe how lucky I was when I got mine, because I got it for like I think I spent like $80 on it. You know, again, you guys, here's another thing for your eBay search favorites. You know, it was on my favorites one day, and as soon as it popped up, I got the thing fast enough where I was like, oh, I'll take that, please. But the other thing that I love is the Trapper Keepers, the Nintendo Power Trapper Keepers.
Oh yeah, didn't someone have one of those?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was you. That was you
Yeah.
with the Trapper Keeper, and it had like what, the first 6 issues?
Yeah, and it has the little Nintendo Power pens in it that say Nintendo Power on it. It's got a little spot to put them in. I got one that I bought that was open, but it had the little slider that was on it, little paper slider, but it didn't have the plastic on it. And then I saw one some dude had for sale locally that he had never opened, and it had all the plastic on it and everything. So they did 2 colors. They did a gray one and a black one. So I picked up the unopened one too. Just fun nostalgia. That's what we love, right? Nice, the nostalgia stuff. So,
But just like, I mean, it's gaming is so massive right now, because some of the stuff is so hard to find. Like when we went to LA Comic Con, I sent a picture of this a Mega Man 1. It was a WADA 9.0, and it was like, I think 30 grand or
yeah,
something
30
like that.
grand. I saw that.
Yeah.
Is that like
Just-
your ultimate collectible?
I'm too cheap. I would probably never, even if I had 30 grand to spend on a video game, I probably wouldn't spend it on a video game. But now if I found one and got it graded, I probably wouldn't sell it for 30 grand. You know, I'd probably hold on to it forever. But I'm definitely not one of those people that I'm like, even when I buy books, I have a hard time still spending over like, $20 for a book. It's like it's cover price or nothing. But yeah. That's
like.
I mean, for me, it's still like the fun of comic books is digging, right? I love to dig. For me, it's the treasure hunt of it all. Like, it's not necessarily like selling the book or finding a book to sell. It's the treasure hunt of it all, of finding a book for like super low. Like I'm sure Carter, you feel that bug, right? Of like wanting to go out and look for these. You get that itch.
I got it right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna open that 24-hour comic book store, right? For all of us,
yeah. And I love Carter's Hall specifically because he satisfies that itch for me to know that there's someone out there searching for this stuff, and that someone finds it. I could live through you a little bit through your posts. What book are you looking for right now, Carter?
I'll tell you in the chat.
Off the chat.
Yeah, I'll tell you off site.
Yeah. Right.
Well, what's one that you recently got that you were looking for?
There you go.
I was looking for this one. This Deadpool 13.
Sure.
So since we're speaking of Scrooge McDuck, this is the Hit Monkey variant. This is from 2015.
Yep.
So this is a few years old, and I got this for like $20. This book really doesn't go for anything, and I think it's apropos with the times since Hit Monkey is a thing now, and Scrooge McDuck is a thing now. So we're gonna merge the two, and I love this cover. Like when I first saw it, like a few weeks ago, I immediately fell in love with it. And so I got this for $20, and I think I bought another one that hopefully is on the way. But yeah, this is the main variant that it's a 1 in 25, and it's still pretty damn cheap. So yeah, this is definitely the one that that I had been looking for, like lately, as far as lately goes.
Oh, I didn't know it was a 1 in 25.
Yeah. At first I thought it was like a cover B or something like that. No, it's a 1 in 25.
I think I know where one is.
This is the stuff I've been buying. Like I bought into. I think some of you guys bought into it, but the Good Boy Kickstarter.
Oh, you know what? Why don't we just do this? Let's get into pickups. You got some more pickups you can show us there, Matt?
Sure. Well, I
Start off pickups.
So I did the Kickstarter for Good Boy, and I bought into the metal one. This is the Wolverine homage. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about metal covers, but I absolutely love metal covers.
Yeah, I love them.
Some are great, some are awful, but this one is just gorgeous.
Well, that story is so funny too.
Oh, the story, yeah, the story is great.
Do you think that there's a chance for that story to see the light of day in some type of animation or show?
Potentially, yes. Potentially, yes. It's one of those things where it's got to find the right person, right? I think it's an easy show. Because when you say the concept, people immediately got it. I mean, this Kickstarter kind of proved its validity because they were asking for something like 14,000, and they got I think 43,000 by the end of it. I mean, it was a very successful Kickstarter.
I think they raised it within the first 3 days, right, or something like that. Within the first week, easily.
Well, I mean, I hope it does well. I don't know where I put it, but let's see if I can find it. This is my problem. I got to put books away. They just all stack up here.
That's all of our problem.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, so we got these that we're giving away in December. We have all the variants for
House of Slaughter.
For House of Slaughter, the 1 in 1,000, the 1 in 500, the 1 in 100.
Those black and white ones are gorgeous. The Jay Lee black and whites too.
Absolutely. But I wanted to see if I could find where I put this. But here it is, right here. So Good Boy, in May, they went through their own company, not SourcePoint. It was 4 Color Fiends, and they did this ash can, and so it's a wraparound. So you open it up to the other side, and it shows them more bodies on the other side of the cover. They only did 150 of these, and so these came out technically first. And I've never seen one copy hit eBay since these came out.
It kind of reminds me of how they did Mouse Guard, and they did their little thing first.
Yeah,
their little ash can first. That thing's worth so much money.
It's because Josh Allen bought them all in single chain.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
because he's been. I mean, it's hard once you start buying all these. Once you get into it, you start buying all the covers, and I think I did the same thing too. I don't know. I've been getting into some retailer variants, so I really like this one. I don't know if it'll ever be something, but it's Hellcat, and you guys should recognize what it's a homage to, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can go in the wrong way.
Doom.
Yep. Is such a Doom, such a good Doom homage.
So are they doing a Kickstarter, or what's going on with them?
No, this was just Hellcat. This came out from Image a month and a half ago. So this is out. This is floating around. This was I forget who did it. I really like this. I don't really buy too many of the Ice Cream Man ones, but I liked this one because of the
Shout out
obvious.
to Hive. Yeah.
I mean, this was probably one of my favorite ones. I like the Banksy Department of Truth.
Yep.
Been getting those.
Super tough books. Did you get the other one?
Yeah.
That one's my favorite.
It's in my stack here somewhere. Literally, I have a stack that's about this high of books that I just don't have time to put away.
Yeah, you're like the rest of us. Yeah. I think that Banksy one might be cover of the year. Yeah, I think that might be cover of the year. It's definitely a candidate.
Oh, it's funny how so they'll do 50 covers, right? And then there's always 1 or 2 that will jump to the front of the pack.
Yeah.
Though these were my favorite of. I also like Nirvana.
I didn't get any of those. Yeah, those are awesome.
No.
Is that
these were cool?
Javin Jordan.
Yep, Javin Jordan. Yeah, and the Virgin and the Trade.
Yep.
I wish they just did one cover, but what can you do?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much, more or less. There was some stuff I got from Some of those things like Carter will probably the second you or actually Ben would know about it. The second you write about it, sometimes they fall in front of you. I literally wrote about this in our newsletter last week, and then I found it at San Diego Comic Con for like $8, and it's the ant size. Oh, keep going the wrong way. But it's the ant size Bloodstone one.
Yeah, with the great back cover.
Yeah.
You need to get a clear backing board for that one.
This is the back cover.
Hold on, there we go.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They both got from Andy.
No,
So
that's sold in the auction.
Oh, that's right. You did sell one.
Yeah, but one of my friends won some Raws, and so I'm gonna. I was already pressing his books, and I was like, clearly you want these done too, right? So yeah.
I really
Shout out to
wanted
Josh.
that
He's in
spider.
there.
I really wanted that Spider Punk that was in there.
So shout out to Longshore.
So did I didn't even want to auction it. I was like, damn it.
For obvious reasons, I really wanted that Spider Punk in there.
Yeah. That's funny. All right. Who wants to go?
But yeah,
next?
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I'll go ahead since. So I bought a bunch of dollar books. So shout out to Adam from Whatnot. So he sent me a link to pick up something that's killing the children, and I ended up just picking up other books I saw for $1. So I was like, why not? This is Black Cat #9. I just love this cover. Like it gives me that MC.
Yeah, what's
Escher
going on
vibe.
with that? Oh, it's that star on the bottom.
Yeah. So I thought it was
That's
just a
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that is
forgot
pretty
it was.
cool.
Yeah, I forgot what happens in this issue. Because I'm not a big Black Cat reader, but he was saying, "Oh, pick up the Frizzen cover for issue 16," but they also had the A cover, and like these sell well for me on Whatnot for whatever reason. So
And there's
I
a
was like,
virgin to that one too, right?
yeah. So the Virgin is the one per store, and then this is the first appearance of not Erica, first appearance of Jessica.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Aaron's first appearance is in 6, but he sent the link for the Frizzen, so these are really cool. The color splash one is the 1 in 50, so those are always fun to find.
And that looks really good with the #1 next to it too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I picked up more of those. I was like, kind of like, it never hurts to have more, especially if they only cost $1. And then, what else did I pick? So I picked up a bunch of these. Black Widow #6, second prints. So there's like that first appearance of a character in it. I forgot her name.
Yeah, I forget the dude's name.
Yeah, his name. So, but second prints. I like second prints. And then I love this series. The Star Wars High Republic Avengers. So they had issue 1 for $1. So I was like, I'll just keep on piling these up. Yeah.
Speaking of that, they're going over to Dark Horse, right? Are they going to continue the run on Dark Horse?
I'm not sure. Is that what the plan was?
Yeah, IDW lost the rights to it.
Yeah, I knew IDW lost the rights, and then Dark Horse picked it up. So I don't know if they're going to continue the series or if they're just going to, start fresh or whatever. But it'll be interesting. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. And then, issue 18, there's a first appearance in this. I forget his name, but he does all the training stuff for the House of Slaughter. So you find that out in this story. So his first appearance is in this issue.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So,
Cool.
Yeah. Yep. So nice.
Carter, you got anything?
Yeah. I went toy shopping the other day.
Ooh, Captain
picked up
Power.
The Captain Power Power Jet XT7. This is one of my favorite toys. This really doesn't go for too much. I'm surprised.
Very surprised.
Yeah, but I love this thing. And I think back about like my childhood, and this is 100% one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So
when that came out, I was like, I can't believe that this is real. You could play it on against the show with the
Digitize him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got this for $60. I'm really tempted to open this thing up. I don't care. I really want to open this up.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it, especially those ones that aren't too crazy expensive. Just open them, play with them. Who cares?
Is it sealed?
Yo, yeah. It's very. I only buy sealed.
Okay.
Only.
Got it.
That's the challenge. Oh, and we got. Okay. I had never seen this before.
Really?
Yeah. So Sky Patrol Airborne, and we have the silver parachute. And so we got this for I think around $100. And I noticed that loose goes for about as much as what I paid for this carded figure.
Yeah, there was a couple other ones that were part of the Sky Patrol too. A couple other figures. Part of the Sky Patrol.
There were. So yeah, but
I never see those either. That's awesome, dude.
I noticed that the silver parachute is really tough to come by. I noticed that. And we have some more Deadpool. I found this for cover price the other day.
Tough book.
A Jeff Landshark variant.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I love Jeff.
I was surprised to see this just because this was like what was this, like an easy $50 to $60 book
Definitely.
at this point. And
going up.
I have a beat on the actual first cover appearance on Jeff the Landshark. So stay tuned for that.
Or catch his haul videos. I'm sure he'll talk about it there.
And
if they don't capitalize on Jeff the Shark, it'd be a shame. Like
Right.
you need plushes and action figures.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they love money, then they'll know what to do. I love this cover, Deadly Class. Dia de la cover. And some Silver Age, early Silver Age, House of Mystery number 64 for
Nice.
I think this was like $15. Beautiful sci-fi cover. And I don't know why, I just like the colors on this. House of Mystery number 63. Just beautiful covers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, beautiful colors on this particular cover. And you know what? Let's do one more. I'm doing a dollar haul in the morning.
Nice.
And I'll give you a preview of a book that I really love. Edge of Spider-Geddon number 1.
Yep.
First appearance of Robbie Banner, aka Punk Hulk.
And have you read it? It's that story. I actually love that story.
Yeah.
So how Punk Hulk is activated is they have this Punk cassette tape, right? Once he hears that's how he transforms into the Hulk. So once he hears this Punk song, he gets all raged up, and then he gets punked up, and he turns into that. It's actually really, really cool. The story is a lot of fun because you also have Kang the Conglomerate, who's just owns a lot of businesses, but he's the ultimate bad guy in this anarchic world. And the story is fantastic. It's pretty much like a lot of Punk's origin a little bit and backstory of those characters. Love that book. Yeah.
And this is the second print.
Yeah.
I actually sometimes I like second prints even more so than variants, just because.
Well, and then sometimes it has the first appearance of that character on the cover.
Yeah.
First time cover appearance.
Sean, you got any?
I got some.
Yeah, not much. I did get a new hat with the 8-bit Griffey.
Yeah, it's dope.
For the show today.
That's sick.
Special hat for 200. Took the tags off today. Shout out to Nate for sending me a Filmation. This is a cell. I didn't get the rest of the story from him yet because I was really busy mailing 100 packages.
Yeah, no kidding.
last week. So all the people that I haven't got back to lately, I apologize. And I was gone. So I got that. Oh, shit. And my boy Brad got me this. Right. So these are the actual game tickets from the seats that my friend has. So they're from the cutout. So they're from the booklet. So he picked this up with them over at the game on Sunday.
That's
so,
awesome.
119, row 5.
That's really cool.
Seat 4. So this is actually when I go to the games. These are the seats I sit in. So these are last year's inaugural game tickets, and because no one was allowed to games last year, none of them were used. So
that's still pretty cool though, especially since it's the seat you sit in.
Yeah, definitely, man. So that's gonna be probably actually above me, and I think that's it. Yep, that's it. There's a bunch of I had a bunch of Whatnot books in the mail, but I didn't even get the mail today. So.
And Sean, that Wounded Warrior sale was amazing, and props to you because you donated not just your time, but you donated like all those shipping fees, right? That probably added up to a pretty hefty total.
It was I'm not sure how they ran it. It's not showing fees on there, like on for people paid. So if any of you guys won books, it shows free on my. Not that I don't have to pay the shipping.
Oh, you didn't have to pay for the shipping. Okay, that's good.
No, the buyers pay for that
the
in the
buyers
auction,
pay,
but
sure.
I think it was free. They did. I noticed on there. I didn't even know they were going to do this, or I would have advertised it more. But they didn't. They didn't hit me with any of the fees. So the 11% or whatever is also getting donated. So it's pretty much 100% donation. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was great.
That's great.
And thanks for the books, Matt. There's my stuff that all went really well.
Yeah, no. I wish I sent more. After seeing everyone's books, I'm like, oh, I could have sent some better stuff.
It was good enough. I didn't need any more to ship. So
yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
and I was looking to hand off the books to Sean personally on his birthday.
Yeah, so he handed me his on birthday, and and they made it back safely and got shipped out safely.
Yeah.
That was that was a good show. That was a good time.
It was a great show. Yeah.
Hell yeah! You got any Stein?
The only thing that I bought that just came in today. It's a bit odd, but it's a 1975 World Series ticket from.
Oh wow.
And it was a game where Bench hit a home run, so I'm a big Reds fan. So, work gave me like some money, and they were like, "Oh, you got to go spend this." So I just happened to run across this, and I was like, "Well, I don't have that." So, surprisingly, the pop reports on these tickets is actually really low. Like you'd think. I mean, these stadiums hold like 40,000 seats, or back in the 70s, you'd think there'd be a whole bunch of these graded, but like the pop report only has like 20 of them or 25 of them even graded. So they're probably a little bit harder to find. I think I got an ear like an auction or something was showing me like tickets of like LeBron's high school game or like Kobe, back in high school, and these tickets and stuff. I don't know. These tickets are just kind of cool to me. I kind of like to buy some of these tickets on some of these more famous events or something like that.
And how many people say that stuff? It's got to be pretty rare.
Yeah, and probably back in the 70s, that would be probably not many people really. I mean,
no.
But
yeah, I love it, man, and I don't really have anything to show for pickups, but I do want to talk about this. Oh wait, go ahead.
I have one more item.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. So I picked up like 4 boxes of these, like finally, and then so this is Topps Baseball Japan edition. And I've been doing card breaks on Whatnot with these, just because like who else is breaking this? Try finding it yourself. Let me know how you do.
There we go.
There
we go.
Did you get those from the States or from Japan?
From Japan. Like, and you have to order it from the. I'll give you this hint. You have to order it from the Japanese website, and they don't ship to the U.S.
Yep. Craziness.
Good luck.
All right. So our boy just hit 750 career goals, ladies and gentlemen. killing it. Don't forget that if you want to own his PSA 10 rookie card auto SP Authentic, it's going to go up for sale December 22nd at the Golden Holiday Auction.
Oh, I thought you guys were going to give one away.
Hell no. Hell no.
Is 750 a lot?
It's third all time, fourth all time. He is behind. He'll pass if he stays healthy the rest of the season. He'll pass Yager for third all time, and then the second all time is Gordie Howe, and he'll pass Gordie Howe early next season for second all time. So,
has he won a Stanley Cup?
Yes, he has. Yeah,
even better.
Even better. Yeah, Stanley
team is
Cup.
that?
What's that?
What team is that?
Washington Capitals. They won 2 years ago. It was one of the greatest moments in Stanley Cup history when he went crazy and got the cup. It reminded me a lot of when Messier went crazy when they handed Messier the cup for the Rangers in '94. So it was probably my favorite since '94, watching somebody hoist the cup. So it was very amazing. But I'm really looking forward to that card. We talked about it on, when did we talk about it? We talked about it on some show the other night, and they were looking up at recent prices that it sold for. The last two times it sold for $27,000 and $31,000. So I'm hoping that I might be able to get $40K out of it. And if I can get $40K out of that card, that means I made a 338. Let's see here. What would it be? 37,000 and wait, 40K. It would be $39,800 profit. Boom, on that one card.
We're doing things terribly wrong.
Yeah, and then the government's going to take 20 of it.
No, because I'm going to put it in my mattress. I got to send them cash.
All gold.
Yeah, I want it in Bitcoin. They're paying me out in Bitcoin, baby. I don't own Bitcoin, but I'm gonna.
You're gonna own
it. Now
You're
will
gonna
that
get
be
like a
your-
coin. Yeah,
will
you're
that
gonna
be your top sale ever, Brian?
That will be my top sell ever. But get this: there's two more cards with it that I hope are going to bring in about 10 grand.
Jeez Louise.
So
Nice, man.
if I'm lucky, I could walk away with 50 grand from that one sale. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
So how did you have this foresight to buy into these cards early on? Did you just see that he was going this way, that he was that good of a player, and that you needed to get in on it early?
so here's the story, right? So I wanted to get the Crosby rookie, which was the same year, right? And I kept looking at Crosby rookies, and the Crosby rookies were like 600 to 1,000, and I saw his was only $200. So I'm like, hey, that's a deal. He's not as good as he's not considered as good as Crosby yet because he hasn't won the cup, but he's amazing. I'm gonna buy it. It's $200. And then I bought the Crosby for like $600 the next week. So this was like the afterthought card, and it's turned out to be the card. Now the crazy thing is that what a lot of people don't know is that he has cards before his 2004 SP Authentic. He has many cards before that, but not only that, he has cards before the Washington Capitals. I've showed them on Flipside before. I'll show them again next week. Make sure you guys tune in next week for that. So see how that works out.
Well, congratulations. A pre-congratulations.
Let's cross our fingers that it sells. It sells, and it sells for good money.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's a mega flip. Right there.
Yeah,
no
mega flip.
kidding.
That can be a car and my air conditioning unit when it craps out next summer.
That's right. That's right.
That being said,
have you thought about investing in cover price?
All right, you guys. That being said, thanks for hanging out with us. It's been a 3-hour plus show. It's been a lot of fun. And again, thank you to everybody that's been a part of Flipside for this whole time. Thank you to everybody that's part of this community. And make sure you guys go check out Cover Price ASAP.
Yeah, thanks. Sure.
we'll see you guys soon. Make sure to give us a sub, follow all of us, and all that fun stuff. And what do we got coming up tomorrow? We've got Comic Book Women coming up tomorrow. We've got the Modern Playbook Boys coming up after that. Of course, the CBSI Hot 10 on Friday and the Modern Comic Mayhem on Saturday. Much love to everybody. We'll see you guys soon. Peace out.
Cool.